Tomorrow you're buried in a casket. we can make a change. We can make a change. Come together. Whoa, yeah. If we don't change up the valleys and rearrange the system, we're always gonna be, you know, the victim. If we don't change up the valleys and rearrange the system, we're always gonna be, you know, the victim. My heavens declare Rastafari glory. Haile Selassie manifests his life. Well, now I shall tell of my story, 'cause this story has been lies, yeah. Contradicting themselves in every illustration, and their make-believe
live on, live on forever. Love each other. We gotta live on forever. And love one another. Oh yeah. Living and loving and sharing, yeah. Oh yeah. for years, and I merely survived because of my pride. But loneliness won't leave me alone. It's such a drag to be on your own. My woman left and she didn't say why. Well, I guess I have to cry. Many rivers to cross, but just where to begin? I'm playing for time. There been times I find myself thinking of committing some dreadful crime. Yes, I got many rivers to cross, but I can't seem to find
Good morning and welcome to the Morning Connection, coming to you live today from the Best 100 FM studios in Kingston, Jamaica. This is the first part of your hosting team. This is Minett Lawrence joining you this morning. Sorry I missed you yesterday. We'll talk some more about that when we return after the break. But just now, I just want to let you know that we're here and we are greeting you well from this cool location. To those who have joined us on air, those who have joined us online, we say welcome, welcome, welcome. Looking forward to catch up with you. So much has happened over the weekend and then plus that extended weekend that we took. But we are here and in another few moments, we'll come back after the break.
What should a taxi service do for you? On-time taxi service is more than just a ride to the other side of town. They offer clean and spacious vehicles, reliable service, and promise to always look out for their customers. They'll come when you call and take you where you want to go on time.
From anywhere at all. You can call us at 926-3866.
We are something special on the road.
Half a tree, one and drive, half a tree. Bossy, how you do I take taxi star?
Jano, I want to tell you, say, at 2 months now, my transmission mash up, and I check everybody and can't hear nothing positive.
Yeah, hear me? You waste all that time I shop around and never call the experts. Winters Auto have them. Them have over 35 years of experience and them diagnose your problem and get back your transmission brand new. For them service excellent and efficient. Trust me, man. You hear me? Call them at 929-7040 or go to them at 106 Maxfield Avenue, Kingston 13 and talk directly to the boss. Just tell them I'm me, send you.
Wow, you big star. Yeah, man, respect my boss.
I try and call cause trust me.
Waiters Auto Spares and Repairs, good afternoon.
Ah, what a relief.
Vejan Printers for all your printing needs. We specialize in calendars, flyers, brochures, and more. Call us today at 968-7506. That's 968-7506. Or visit us at 4 East Bloomsbury Road, off Hagley Park Road. Vejan Printers, your best choice in printing.
For a better choice in all your electrical supplies, A, authorized 3M dealer and better brand names. B, better service including free island-wide delivery. C, all major credit and debit cards accepted. It's ABC Electrical Sales. Shop number 8, Hagley Park Plaza, Kingston 10. Open Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Saturday, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. We make your electrical jobs as easy as ABC. Call 754-3825-8 or fax 754-3659. ABC Electrical Sales, for a better choice.
Best 100 FM is the authentic voice of Jamaica, promoting your prosperity with better vibes and better music. Let us promote your goods and services for you. Advertise with us. For more information, call our office at 876-288-2959 276-8935. That's 276-8935.
Having trouble getting parts for your Mazda? Maljam Auto Parts is your solution. Find Maljam at the new and convenient location off Upper Waltham Park Road at 9 Kingswood Avenue. Maljam Auto Parts, with over 25 years experience, providing all Mazda parts, new and used. Call 923-4389 and 461-1786. Maljam Auto Parts, serving your Mazda needs.
Goodness mercy, it's me again, Lord, your restorer, your game changer. Join me every Saturday morning at 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. and Best FM 100. It's Apostle Clive Campbell, aka the Khaki Suit Man, coming to you from 8 to 12 Orange Street, also Richmond District, Mandeville. Embrace the change.
The Morning Connection is not your usual talk show. We aim to stimulate discussion and chart new paths to self-empowerment. So please join us, Minett and Percy, on The Morning Connection, Mondays to Thursdays, 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. on Best 100 FM.
It's good, it's better, but nothing beats. Best
Welcome back. I greet you well. In the mighty name of the Morning Connection, Pastor Percival. Ooh, good morning to you. You're looking great. All right, so now you know both of us are here. So what happened yesterday? Inquiring minds want to know. Pastor gave us a day off. We were grateful to take it. Yeah, it was a busy time in your ministry, in your home church. I'm excited to hear of the different high levels of spiritual accomplishment. Are you hearing me? Okay, great. Yeah, I'm excited to hear all that transpired on the weekend with you. But I see that you're looking very dapper, so I know you got some good rest. I'm not at all sure what happened with my headset. Well, Pastor, open your microphone and let them know you're here.
Good morning. Good morning. God is good. God is great. And good morning to all of our listeners who are wondering what happened to us. Boy, it was an exhausting weekend. And just to declare that God is good and great and awesome and you have been nice. But some of the times, you know what happened? You started last week Monday with rest.
Oh. All right, I accept the full responsibility as me.
Oh, my Lord.
You needed some of that.
It was Saturday, Sunday. And you know what happened to me? People must have been wondering, this man have no yard for go. So I went to church in the morning.
Oh.
And then somebody urgently reached out and says, you need to come to our house. You need to pray. And then I had a wedding scheduled, and then we had the ministry in the night. So, and I had to go to Mapen to do the wedding. So by the time I spin around, I was still in the same clothes. Everybody at church and said, Pastor Pam, I'm not having a yard for go.
No, they just assume it's a uniform.
No, it wasn't a uniform, but it was great. In terms of we kept speaking about that we're in the month of Nisan, the month of miracles. Now we're in the month of Idar, which is a month of healing, which comes out of Exodus 12 and verse 26, when the children of Israel had come out, and he made a promise to them. And I just want to do that. So this morning we're declaring to everybody who is not feeling well in their body, even as we move towards the feast of the Feast of Tabernacles, in terms of Pentecost, because we're counting down from Passover.
50 days.
When the Holy Spirit came and he says, I am healing you. I'm healing you. I'm healing you. And the promise was, and this is so important for us to do it. A lot of us hold on to the promises, but a lot of times the promises go with conditional. They're conditional promises. And he said to them, if you will diligently listen and pay attention to the voice of the Lord your God, and do what is right in his sight, and listen to his commandments, and keep foremost, and reading from the Amplified, foremost in your thoughts, and actively obey all his precepts and statutes, then I will not put any of the diseases which I've put on the Egyptians, for I am the Lord who heals you. I am the Lord who brings about healing in all areas of your life, your situation. I'm healing your mind. I'm healed in your body. I'm just healing everything that affects you as an individual. I'm causing you to walk in shalom, but it's dependent on you if you listen diligently and pay attention to the voice of the Lord your God. I say to people all the time, God has revealed himself in terms of the word that he has given to us, but more importantly, that voice. And yesterday, my friend, I'm out of Barbados. You remember my friend out of Barbados?
Mr. Griffith?
Yes, the power of choice. Mm-hmm. And it was, for him, May 1 was significant for him. And he shared it with us. He was talking about the time that as a child, he says, nobody can touch or do anything to me. I am good. And he never believed in God. He believed he was his own self-made person. And he recalls something happened to him in terms of a relationship. It's like the lady that he loved had put a stake through his heart. Mm-hmm. And it hurt him. Bad. And there's this voice that came saying to him, you said that nobody can get to your body, but this thing has affected you. So what are you going to do? What are you going to do? And he says, the voice kept saying to him, and then now you recognize, in reflection, it was the voice of God speaking to him and encouraging him. And it says, you've got to forgive that lady. You've got to forgive her what she did to you and what the gentleman, what he did to you, because it looks like it was a case of infidelity. And he had to let it go. And he says, when he was on from Barbados to Jamaica, and
BWI.
Yes, and he said when he touched down, because he took the decision to forgive, it's like the burden lifted off of him. And for those of us who may be sick in body and so on, and what I've discovered, even being a pastor and also combining the work I'm doing in psychotherapy, a lot of times people are not healed simply because they have not forgiven. The spirit of unforgiveness has just held them in
taken root
in a vis. And even on Sunday night, there are a lot of people at the Minett ministries. There's somebody that you have not forgiven. You holding them up, and a lot of people came up for that. And we had to be ministering and doing deliverance, because here's what happens to you, persons. Unforgiveness is something that is like poison. Like poison. It shuts off a lot of things for yourself. And people I know are sick. I remember this case, this lady was going to the doctor and she had all of these maladies. And the doctor in his wisdom says, I've given you all of the medication that I can give you for the things that are expressed. Go and talk to a psychologist. And when this is related to me, never happened to me. And when the psychologist was tracking and went back in her life, and she reported a case of abuse by somebody that was one, and what person had done to her parents, it says, my dear, you have to forgive those persons. You have to forgive those persons. And when she did that, it was like a burden was lifted off of her. And from that day on, she never went back to the doctor, because we have what is called psychosomatic illnesses. The unforgiveness that had gotten into her soul, into her mind, her thought, and emotions, was affecting the rest of her bodily function. So God wants to heal us. But he says, in terms of for the healing to become a reality for you, there are a lot of us who have to forgive persons, forgive that husband, forgive that mother, that father, that brother, that sister that did something to you, and you say, no man, me not forgive them. We hold it up in our heart, and God is saying this morning, please, 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 do that for yourself, so that you can heal, that Jehovah Rapha becomes your reality.
Last week I did start speaking about the things we need to do to take care of these three parts of our identity: mind, body, soul. And rest was the topic of the day. Earl Brown has very cheekily said he didn't know that we celebrate May Day, because we that's a funny one. All right, I'm just gonna adopt that one and say I celebrate May Day. Yes. I really should celebrate all of May.
Yes.
My son was born in May.
Yes.
His birthday is tomorrow.
Yes, yes,
so,
yes.
I mean, if I were being truly dramatic right now, I'd be laid up.
Take the month off. Like I had a friend, who said to me, I said, her birthday is a certain, and I said, she said, I'm celebrating all of the months. I'm receiving gifts. Why not?
Of course. Indulge yourself. But so we were talking about, last week, we spoke about rest. And nourishment for the mind, body, soul. Those three parts of your identity, which a lot of time we spend more on the least part of it. Our body is the lowest part of it. Our body doesn't even pretend to be anything higher than the mind and the soul. Our body actually decays and fall apart cell by cell right in front of our eyes, some faster than others. But just now, as you were speaking, I thought, we should look at the injuries that can occur in the mind, body, soul triumvirate, and just give some consideration to how those injuries are addressed. Because you're so right that we walk around severely wounded in the invisible parts of our identity. And again, we tend to think that, if the skin breaks and blood spills out, that's the worst thing that could happen to us.
It's not.
But many of us who have suffered traumatic injuries in the invisible parts, many of us know that far greater damage is done to the mind and the soul than what occurs with the body. But because we are such sensory beings, we tend to react more aggressively to whatever injury occurs with the body, a broken leg. And it's so funny that even in the I teach a course on I was going to say personal injuries, but it's really in the area of damages. And we've been trying to teach young minds about personal injuries and how the courts go about rewarding you or compensating you. Let's take that word reward out. Compensating you for injury to the body. They can easily relate to a broken leg of a particular severity. But when it comes to the pain and suffering, that seems to be far more difficult, and it gets way less attention. I mean, you get to the point where judges the predominant view is that if you are unconscious, if you sustain an injury that causes you to lose consciousness, because during your condition of unconsciousness, it is generally believed that you feel no pain. You don't get...
Like when music hits you.
You feel no pain. That's a reward.
Yeah, no.
But you know, and I've been thinking about it and saying, why do we diminish and belittle the injuries that can be sustained to these parts of your identity, which these are the injuries that can cause countries to falter, generations to lose their place, nations to suffer horribly because of the injuries that occur. Absolutely.
But that's what is what I was reading recently. Somebody was
but
talking
this is
to
the one
slavery.
that we cheapen.
Because
even that
slavery, the impact of slavery on person's mind. You mentioned epigenetics. Yes, and it is a major field of study that's happening, that's emerging, that generationally over time in the psyche it becomes embedded, and you have to deal with it.
Yeah, and you pay a high price
because when he said to them, and they've just remember these are people who are just coming out of slavery, you know. When he said to them, "I am the Lord that healeth thee." 400 and how much years? 430 years of slavery, and he says, "Now, remember this: I am the one that heals. I will heal all of your diseases." And the diseases there, it speaks of infirmities, and somebody was pointed out to us that the infirmity that he was talking about is sickness in your mind.
Well, I mean, we're still talking about emancipating yourselves
from mental
slavery. So the enslavement of the body, that's addressed. You take off the chains, you take off the handcuffs.
But the mind, but in terms of the mind,
continues to be injured. And so I have this note, Mr. Psychotherapist. How do you address the injuries to the invisible parts of the human identity, the mind and the soul? And what are these injuries really? How they manifest? It's worth some discussion, because I think I sleep, I eat, I breathe, I think Jamaica. I just think about what's happening in my nation and what part can, the one of us play in alleviating the suffering and in bringing about the transformation. I think about it constantly. It's been something that I've thought about even as a child. I walk around the communities, even when I drive through now as an adult, I drive through communities and I see them looking so far removed from the ideal. And when I say the ideal, I contrast those communities with what I see when I drive around the rural parts of other countries that are well established, have larger economies or more prosperous economies, not necessarily larger. When I drive through, even, there are many Caribbean islands with the same history as we have. When you drive through their countryside, it is a different look and feel from when you drive through the rural parts of Jamaica. You see the same natural beauty of the foliage and the the dramatic landscape, but the children, the people that you see walking on the road, the condition of the road, the houses that you can see from the road, when you look and the infrastructure, the quality of the infrastructure that you see peeling off from the roadway into the into the communities. You're seeing things in Jamaica that we ought not to be seeing after so many years of being on our own. We've not progressed across the landscape, across the nation, in anything that looks like an equal way. And when I see it, because I come from country, So I have had the experience of driving from my community and watching the landscape change as you come closer to the city. And it really looks as if Jamaica is Kingston and Montego Bay and any resort corridor. Sometimes, like now, I see Minister Bartlett is advertising with his own face, something that we really should not do.
But it's a style now.
Yes.
I see it all over the
yeah,
place.
They're branding the industries as if to say it is not the corporate effort of Jamaicans that make things run. It's just the politician who sits at the table as minister.
You know, that is a height of pride.
Yeah. Well, we know what happens. Chicken Mary Hawk the near.
no, but now look at this, because you're going to Spanish Town.
That might not be the right adage for it.
Olivia Babsley Green.
Yeah.
And there's a big sign there when we're celebrating.
A big picture of her?
Yes, man.
Yeah.
And so I'm saying to myself, yeah.
So a lot more of that is happening than we care to see for those who are listening. We don't need to see your face spread over all of our business because it's not your business. It's the people's business. Anyway, I do see Minister Bartlett advertising for stakeholder consultation in, I've forgotten what he's calling it, but it's some kind of national consultative effort to bring Jamaicans into defining the future of tourism.
No?
Yes. Yes.
Is that
he's
for
pimping,
real?
He's pimping us hard.
Is that a reality, or is it for the?
Well, the optics. Whatever the case might be,
at least in
he is trying to invite a national conversation on tourism. I look at it and I say, well, this could be a blessing. This could be converted into a great blessing, because if you are prepared to open up your community to the scrutiny and enjoyment of the visitor, apparently you can get good road. You can get things in your communities
that's what it's about.
would make you more hospitable, and you, the resident, can begin to enjoy some of what the visitors are enjoying. I look at it and I say,
So that is
perhaps this is a way.
So that is the catch.
That's the catch. If you are prepared to I'm not gonna use the word that came to mind, but if you are prepared to open up yourself for visitors to come in and come taste and see.
Oh boy.
Apparently you can get infrastructure. That the centuries old bridge that collapsed in the community, if they had made it into a tourist attraction,
could have been fixed.
They would have patched it up and keep it and come and just hear the story of the bridge. Do you remember the bridges of Madison County?
Yes, it did. Yes, I remember.
It's the name of a movie.
It's
yes.
the name of a movie.
And it was about, these old bridges being photographed, and someone was going around doing a series on the bridges. So, there is tourism potential in Old Cemetery. There are people who like to go and read old gravestone.
Yeah, I find that so fascinating.
You've done a bit of it?
No.
I went through my cemetery phase. Whenever I visit a foreign country, I like to see how they honor their dead. So I used to photograph cemeteries at an earlier time. My hobby was photography. A person looking at me horrified, like he isn't the one performing funeral services.
That's a different thing. You know what? You see you talk about that. I'm saying.
No. I had a great curiosity at a point in my life.
Are you serious?
About how different cultures honor their dead.
Okay.
Yeah, and some people are very efficient with how they dispatch the dead.
You need to speak of honor. Do you know?
Yes.
I have just begun to
understand
get a
honor?
deeper insight as to what honor is. We have been interacting with two young ladies.
Being you and the wife?
Yes, but more so the wife.
So she's the greater part of the we.
Yes.
That's usually the case anyway.
Yeah, but and she's just blown away. She says, I've often heard the refer to honor, but they come to you and know I'm daddy, because in their culture, they honor their...
So are these two people from a different country? It sounds so.
Yeah, man, they're from Africa, from one of the African countries.
Yes.
And I did something for them, and I was just blown away. One of them celebrated their birthday recently, and my wife mentioned it, and I said, okay, she's away from her country, let's celebrate. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. I was embarrassed. I was embarrassed.
It was an embarrassment of honor?
Yes. I couldn't believe it.
Did they try to wash your feet, Percy?
No, they never went that far. But I'm just, they were so grateful. And then this caps it all. So we're assisting them thing, and we got some furniture, and then I was moving it. I have the scars.
Oh, Percy injured himself moving furniture. So that's why you took a day off yesterday?
No.
Oh.
No.
Let's show the injury to the cameras.
No, it wasn't that. And so we lifted the furniture, myself and another deacon, we moved in the furniture. When we're finished, they went down on there. I said, thank you. I couldn't believe it. I just said thank you.
He was ashamed to say they went down on their knees at the feet of him and the deacon.
Yes.
And said thank you.
The honor.
That's why we were stolen from Africa. Tell them don't do it. People will kidnap them and enslave them.
No, but it's just how they honor their elders. If you are older than them, they honor you.
What age are these young ladies?
You're in their 20s.
Whoa, so big women.
Yes. There's honor.
Really?
Yes.
Dear Jesus, don't let the other Jamaican men hear about it.
No, they won't.
Jamaican men wouldn't mind women bowing at their feet.
No, it's just something.
Yeah.
Their culture.
But you see, we got the sign to quit. We'll come back after the 7 o'clock break.
You're simply the best. Better than all the rest. Better than anyone. Anyone I've ever met. You're simply the best.
Bess FM 100 on your dial. Keep listening.
Artificial intelligence, or AI, is taking the world by storm. While the full capacity of the technology is still being tested, it's already demonstrated its potential to transform the way we do business in many ways. This does, however, pose a challenge. If a computer using AI can do basic jobs you would normally pay a person to do, how will that affect the job market? The answer to that question is our focus for today, specifically the impact AI will have on the business process outsourcing sector. The foundation for AI begins with what is known as natural language processing, or NLP.
NLP has existed for over 10 years, and the way technology evolves, it's an incremental evolution. And I think we're at that cusp of that hockey stick impact, where NLP now, GPT that you hear, is probably the highest form of NLP as it exists today.
Armand Biradar, president of the Global Services Association of Jamaica. Mr. Biradar says AI has many advantages for the global services sector, one of which is the ability to design a smarter knowledge base to provide answers to queries customers may have.
Anybody has a question, anybody has a problem, anybody needs an answer to something. And if someone has to provide them, it could be a website, it could be talking to someone. It all emanates out of a smart designed knowledge base. NLP will play an important role in better designing knowledge bases.
Leveraging these and other uses of AI will enable companies within the space to adopt and offer even higher quality services to its clients. George Pennington, who works as an IT manager within the global services sector, says AI can also assist call center operators in generating useful responses in business settings. He gives us an example.
The menial entry-level data positions, that's something that AI can do to make your job easy in the end to be able to meet that sales call. So gathering the information on the customer so you can probably make the right pitch. Objection handling How do you read the conversation? But things like that makes more sense to me rather than trying to pull everything off of your head. That's where AI, I think, is going to make the difference. That bridge or that extra person who is basically coaching you in your ear without somebody having to be in your ear.
Another benefit that AI can bring to the BPO industry is the use of voice analysis to help improve the training of workers and provide better support to customers. Voice over IP specialist Nigel Grandison says voice analysis can help to identify a customer's tone of voice, pitch, and overall mood during a call.
Which evolves into what we know as sentiment analytics. With sentiment analytics, we can know in a conversation whether or not the customer is giving good feedback or if the sentiment is negative. We can actually do live call analytics, and that creates coaching opportunities. A QA will be able to see, those calls and be able to say, hey, this is what happened in your call, this is what we can do to improve the call. Even so, a manager can be even listening on a call or live sentiment monitoring, and we'll be able to pick up on those feedback from the AI and say, okay, this call is not going well, I need to jump in and take over this call. And so this is an opportunity to improve the customer experience.
With these and other uses in mind, one can conclude that AI offers new possibilities. This presents opportunities for local companies who embrace the technology to adapt their operations. What this means for job seekers as well as BPO companies is higher paying jobs being outsourced to the island.
They have to work with their clients to exhibit higher value, that they can do higher value services and work on and selling that services while in parallelly work through reskilling. It's easier said than done, but the comfort is that we have teams, we have programs in place to better manage. And to Jamaica's advantage, we're not too huge, we're not too small, and we're a highly collaborative environment.
Armand Biradar, President of the Global Services Association of Jamaica. So, AI is expected to open new opportunities up for the island in the global services sector. It's our job to be ready to exploit them. And with the necessary training and preparation, we should be able to do so comfortably. That's where we leave our look at artificial intelligence for this week. Until we meet again, I'm Andre Palmer. Thank you for listening.
A production of the Jamaica Information Service, the voice of Jamaica.
This parenting tip is brought to you by Bess 100 FM. What you do matters. This is one of the most important principles. What you do makes a difference. Your kids are watching you. Don't react on the spur of the moment. Ask yourself, what do I want to accomplish? And is this likely to produce the result? Remember, good parenting helps foster empathy, honesty, self-reliance, self-control, kindness, cooperation, and cheerfulness. This parenting tip was brought to you by Bess 100 FM, giving you the better vibe.
Praise the Lord, praise the Lord. God is good. This is already pastor and friend, Reverend Simon Peter Jones, inviting you, my friends, to listen every Tuesday evening on Best 100 FM at 7:30 p.m. for the program The Voice of Hope, as we extend hope to the hopeless in this dying world. God is good. Be encouraged. Hope is in the Lord.
Vejan Printers for all your printing needs. We specialize in calendars, flyers, brochures, and more. Call us today at 968-7506. That's 968-7506. Or visit us at 4 East Bloomsbury Road, off Hagley Park Road. Vejan Printers, your best choice in printing.
Half a tree, one and drive, half a tree. Bossy, how you do I take taxi star?
Jano, I want to tell you, say, 2 months now, my transmission mash up, and I check everybody and can't hear nothing positive.
Yeah, hear me? You waste all that time I shop around and never call the experts. Winters Auto have them Them have over 35 years of experience and them diagnose the problem and get back your transmission brand new. For them service excellent and efficient. Trust me, man. You hear me? Call them at 929-7040 or go to them at 106 Maxfield Avenue, Kingston 13 and talk directly to the boss. Just tell them I'm me, send you.
Wow, you big star. Yeah, man, respect my boss.
Yeah, try calling, cause trust me.
Waiters Auto Spares and Repairs, good afternoon.
Ah, what a relief.
Looking to clean your vehicle super clean? 123 Clean Car Wash, located at 2¼ Osborne Road, Kingston 10. Entrance on Grove Road, below Tropical Battery. They wash and vacuum, undercarriage wash, engine wash, polish and compound, shampoo and detailing. Call them at 876-631-3400. 123 Clean Car Wash, the best in the business for a cleaner wash.
1, 2, 3, believe me, it's so easy. 1, 2, 3.
What should a taxi service do for you? On-Time Taxi Service is more than just a ride to the other side of town. They offer clean and spacious vehicles, reliable service, and promise to always look out for their customers. They'll come when you call and take you where you want to go on time.
From anywhere at all. You can call us at 926-3866.
We are something special on the road.
He's coming back.
Yes, indeed, it's redemption time with Apostle Clive Campbell presenting a life-changing, life-challenging message to encourage, inspire, and motivate you towards your destiny. Every Tuesday night from 9:30 p.m. until 12:30 a.m. and on Saturday from 9 o'clock until 10, right here on Best 100 FM. It's redemption time.
I'm standing firm.
Best 100 FM is the authentic voice of Jamaica, promoting your prosperity with better vibes and better music. Let us promote your goods and services for you. Advertise with us. For more information, call our office at 876-276-8935. That's 276-8935.
The Morning Connection is not your usual talk show. We aim to stimulate discussion and chart new paths to self-empowerment. So please join us, Minett and Percy, on The Morning Connection, Mondays to Thursdays, 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. on Best 100 FM.
It's good, it's better, but nothing beats.
Good. Welcome back. In the break, we were, I was just sharing my experience with Minett.
The women bowing at your feet?
Yeah, but it's not the bowing. it's the honor that how they honor persons. I was sharing with you what has been my experience. It's just honor. And let's tie back in some important things that you've brought to the fore. We have lost what honor means. The word of God says, children of what's one of the commandment that the only commandment that comes with promise is which one?
Children, obey your parents in the Lord.
And some, honor your father and mother, because this is the only commandment.
Only commandment with a promise.
So honor is a very important thing. And you were just speaking to, as we are continuing to speak about constitutional reform, there's the Jamaica Council of Churches, I sent that to you, holding a forum on constitutional reform at Bethel Baptist Church today at 5:30, and they have a couple of persons who will speak on the whole thing of constitutional reform. So here's a forum. They are out of the blocks. Quick. We expect to see many more happening around the country as we go out, as other people understand how very important this whole thing of constitutional reform is to us. And you made a point. I wanted to make it in terms of the Constitution is a covenant. for us. And
right. I was explaining to Pastor Percival that it's been very heavy in my heart and my thoughts. I said before that Jamaica is always on my mind in a certain way. I think about the experience of our people. I think about where we should be. I think about how to get there. And I think about what I and others like me can do to get us there. Meaning the majority of us, the one of us is how I put it. Ordinary people just wanting to be a part of charting a course forward for the country. So we've been speaking here on what binds us together. Mm-hmm. We are bound together by a covenant, and the covenant is what is expressed in our Constitution. Whether the Constitution is a written one or not, there are a set of rules and principles and relationships that bind us together. When that covenant is under threat or it is not functioning well, as is happening now, and you begin to dismantle it so that you can build it up again into something more acceptable, you enter a place of like nothingness, where your identity becomes fractured and no one can really look at you and see who you are or what you are. And we are living that experience now. The thing that separates us from time of peace and time of civil war or just outright hostilities and violence is the principle of honor. Not just the principle, but the practice.
Of
and
honor.
For us it is a time, I think, for us to revisit the principles. So that's what Percy and I were talking about. How do we, from our platform here, be a voice of encouragement and teaching, to guide us back on a path where we understand honor, we observe it as a way of doing things, and give us some buffer. We have some tough conversations ahead of us. Right now, they're already spilling over, like you said, and I'd love to see Bethel Baptist Church is hosting a conversation on the Constitution.
This evening at 6:30.
We ourselves have promised it. We're going to go on the road with it so we get a more diverse array of voices and some general excitement around it. Many persons have plans to get out there and get the conversation going. Now, when Jamaicans begin to see what's really at stake, it is going to start some feelings that will be considered rebellious. When the state apparatus sees that Jamaicans, the ordinary man, really wants to be a part of something that they've been trying to tell us that it is too technical and it requires some level of high science and it can't go like this and there for some reason it can only go this way. When state apparatus is challenged and is put under pressure, they have one way of responding. It's always with the guns and the dogs and the whip. Truth is, that's just the way of the enemy. And we are in enemy territory at this point. Honor will hold you. And the honor, properly understood as emanating from the throne of God, honoring his creation, honoring the plan he set for you, honoring the commandment he gives you to love one another and to show tolerance and to be patient and kind. If you can, honoring your elders.
That's a major thing, you know. I go into communities all of this time. When they say elder, you know, I honor them, I honor you.
Honor. Don't reject
them.
it when they call you auntie and mama. Yeah. And some of us take it hard.
You know what? Don't call me an auntie. No, but when I go into our uncle.
It is their way of showing honor.
Yes.
What we need to do is build on it.
Yes, because I've seen situations and they were going at each other and you go in there as a bigger person and they stop and they say the elder is here. I'm gonna behave on yourself, man. And they see them say, honor elder, we're not going to get into the confrontation because we honor you and what you have done and what you continue to do for us in the communities. And I think our engineer can, as a younger person, can relate to that.
Younger person?
In terms of the whole thing of honor, that, and even you said the worst of worst, and I've interacted with them, and nobody can talk to them. But when you have a relationship with them, say elder, we honor you.
You had made an important point a long time ago. I have not forgotten it. Perhaps the most important point you've made on this program. You said there can be no discipline without relationship. Don't approach a man to try and tell him what he should do and how he should do it when you have zero relationship with him.
Right.
Now, honor creates relationship.
It really does.
Because honor attaches itself to relationships. Honor doesn't exist in a vacuum. Yeah, Percy and I are talking about it as if it is something that you could go and pour out a bottle of honor. No, it doesn't exist in a vacuum. It attaches itself to relationships. And so once the person can identify you as part of an equation that is called a relationship, they will know the honor that they ascribe to you based on where you are in the relationship. So if you are elder in a community, you get elder treatment. If you are mother, you get mother treatment. If you are Abba, father, you get father treatment.
I've seen it with my mother.
I'm just going to stop at those relationships
but I've seen it with my mom.
Yeah.
Because Carlos Foundation in our community, you're one of the first families to move there and live there. And
so she became mother.
She became mother to a whole lot of young people. Even today, when I go to visit her, she says, so-and-so come look for me, you know. And they just...
Yeah, she's mother.
She's seen as a mother in the community. And even when things would happen and she would go and say, calm down, man. You know, say, mama there, you know, babe on herself, no, man. So the thing of honoring her, and even, my mom is 87. And I remember when we're celebrating her birthday earlier this year, one of the young men, he's a big man now, because he's older than me. And he said, me have to come, you know, don't consider me as a brother, but me attach myself to a brother.
So he created a relationship and then he ascribed the right level of honor. Do you know the other thing I have seen? With the same, there are some people who we describe as beyond redemption, or we discard them, the discarded ones. I have seen the discarded ones show honor, greater honor to strangers than they do to their own. I have seen people quarreling and in the heat of anger and using language that is not complimentary to anyone. And the right person steps into the framework and their attitude, their language change instantly.
Yes.
And this is somebody who you might say that, you have no manners. There are people that they said don't have no manners. A different personality steps into the equation and all of a sudden they know the right things to do. It's like instinctive. But it comes from that same recognition that honor attaches itself to relationships. And if a relationship is dysfunctional, contaminated, spoiled, then nothing good can attach to it. So you'll find our relationship with the police has become something of a different sort altogether.
And we can speak about other relationships in our country, the relationship with our politicians.
And just the relationship with government.
Yes.
Between people and government has become something ugly, filled with mistrust, a place of abuse and trauma.
Because honor is based on trust. And if you don't treat me with, you don't treat me with honor, I don't trust you.
Yeah.
I don't trust you. And it is something that it's a conversation that we need to rekindle in our society. The whole thing of honoring the elders. And remember, judgment come because you dishonor the elders and the children and the vulnerable in your society. That is good religion. I think we don't make these connections readily, but he says, okay, I'm a God-fearing person. Okay, well, James says to you, if you're God-fearing and so on, good religion means that you honor these people, the widows, the vulnerable, the outcasts, the poor. Why do you honor them? Because they have been created in the image and likeness of God. And when you honor those people, you're honoring me, says God. Like, again, the whole thing of accountability that we spoke about last week. We've been called to give an account. And you say, Jesus was given this parable and said, someone are going to come, And then last year, I'm going to say, no. And other people, he's going to say to them, oh, you've done good. Him say, but what am I doing? Him say, well, when I was sick, you come look for me. When I was in prison, you do it because you recognize.
So, remember I had mentioned to you Malachi. Malachi is the Sunday school scholars who know the books of the Bible know that the last book is of the Old Testament is Malachi. 400 years of silence. No prophet spoke in Israel at the level that required a record to be kept. I'm sure, because God never stopped speaking. But when you kill the prophets and stone them and decide to go your own way, then the prophets will not emerge. So Malachi, the last book of the Bible, very short book, 4 chapters only, a series of questions and discourses between God and his prophet. Malachi is frequently used as the foundation of tithes and offerings because in chapter 3, before the redemption and reconciliation conversation takes place, in chapter 3, God responds to the question posed by his people by saying, try me and see. Bring me the good gifts that I deserve and see how I would respond. I will open up that window of blessing. So he says, you rob me. I think it starts by saying, can a man rob God? And God says, you rob me when you withhold the tithes and offerings, which are required to sustain my house. Because, of course, as you know, in those days, the priest is not like today when pastors and churches and so on have real estate holdings and are wealthy in their own right. And the priesthood derived their income from the tithes and offerings which were taken into the house of God. And God was saying, he wasn't really saying, I need your money. He's saying, you have shown no honor to my people who are sustained by your giving. If you allow my priests to become withered and hungry and fall away from their service, you are showing me dishonor. You dishonor me when you treat my people badly. Just as you were saying, when we abuse the children and the widows and the orphans and the ones who are vulnerable and who are sustained by how much care society gives to them, the mad people, the disabled people, the homeless people, they have no place to go for a loan. They have no place to show up and pay for a meal because they have no income to support them. They can only survive if we, out of our kindness of heart, give to them. Out of our kindness of heart, not out of our abundance. It has to come from the heart. We see and we are moved by compassion, just like how Christ was always moved by compassion when he saw the sick people and the demon-possessed and the forgotten people. He was always moved by compassion. So it is that we as a society must be moved to be compassionate to those who can only survive by our giving. Not talking about tithes and offerings now. The giving of modern day society, whether it is through your taxation or whatever, that giving is what will look after those who don't have their own. So in Malachi, that conversation is unfolding, and God was saying to his people, you've robbed me. If you fill my storehouses with the things that you ought to be giving, and my people can be taken care of, you see if I won't reward you abundantly.
And they've never said
open up the storehouse.
Never said the doors, because in normal house you have 2 doors.
Yes.
So the window.
That's a window.
And say open up the
The
window,
windows.
all the
Yeah.
windows. And if you go
Yeah.
into a house, most houses have at least 10 windows. So if God says he's going to open the windows of heaven, that's the promise.
Yeah.
I want to, as you were saying this, you know what jumped at me?
Mhm.
Cain and Abel.
Mm-hmm. In the giving.
Yeah, but
And the heart.
Yeah, because they knew what was expected. And when you walk in rebellion and disobedience, you're walking in dishonor.
Yes. You know what's expected, but you choose to do what you feel like.
Doing. And we need
Yeah.
we need to change that
Yeah.
in terms of our attitude as believers. Because God says, this is how you honor me. This is how you honor is about fear too. You recognize a person's position and you do everything in your power to fulfill how he
To please
has
them.
to prescribe how you must behave
To
and
be
in
to,
the situation.
obedience and having that desire to give pleasure to one who sits above you and can change the circumstances of your life.
So you fear God. So you honor God in terms of how you live your life every single day. Because when you walk in dishonor, you're walking in disobedience and in rebellion. Let's go back right at the very beginning.
Not those two again.
No, even before those two again.
Oh,
Lucifer decided
Lucifer,
to
the bright star.
Dishonor.
Yeah, dishonor.
Father send it up and say, all right. I wanna
So,
dishonor you.
Yeah. I was emphasizing in another place that there are some ways you show honor.
Mm-hmm.
One is through your giving.
Mm-hmm.
And this is not giving of money, but this is of giving of the things that are dear and important to you.
Altars.
Aha. So, money is a proxy for many things.
Mm-hmm.
But really, it is believed that the things which are valuable to you, you can convert to money.
Mm-hmm.
But there are some things that are most valuable which cannot be converted to money. And this is your love, your respect, your time.
Mm-hmm.
In those ways you give. So we give of our time, we volunteer to do things that will build up the society and bring the nation to a place of good health. Your volunteering your time is important, and that's why you have many voluntary societies or organizations. So if you are looking to serve, it's important that you think, how can I give of my time by volunteering to do something that builds up society? We'll deal with the rest of them when we come back from the break, because Jamaica is gonna be swimming in some uncharted waters very, very shortly.
He's coming back.
Yes, indeed, it's redemption time with Apostle Clive Campbell, presenting a life-changing, life-challenging message to encourage, inspire, and motivate you towards your destiny. Every Tuesday night from 9:30 p.m. until 12:30 a.m. and on Saturday from 9 o'clock until 10, right here on Best 100 FM. It's redemption time.
I'm standing
for a better choice in all your electrical supplies. A, authorized 3M dealer and better brand names. B, better service including free island-wide delivery. C, all major credit and debit cards accepted. It's ABC Electrical Sales. Shop number 8, Hagley Park Plaza, Kingston 10. Open Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Saturday, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. We make your electrical jobs as easy as ABC. Call 754-3825-8 or fax 754-3659. ABC Electrical Sales, for a better choice.
Vejan Printers for all your printing needs. We specialize in calendars, flyers, brochures, and more. Call us today at 968-7506. That's 968-7506. Or visit us at 4 East Bloomsbury Road, off Hagley Park Road. Vejan Printers, your best choice in printing.
Looking to clean your vehicle super clean? 123 Clean Car Wash, located at 2¼ Osborne Road, Kingston 10. Entrance on Grove Road, below Tropical Battery. They wash and vacuum, undercarriage wash, engine wash, polish and compound, shampoo and detailing. Call them at 876-631-3400. 123 Clean Car Wash, the best in the business for a cleaner wash.
Believe me, it's so easy. I want 2, 3.
What should a taxi service do for you? On-time taxi service is more than just a ride to the other side of town. They offer clean and spacious vehicles, reliable service, and promise to always look out for their customers. They'll come when you call and take you where you want to go on time.
Need a cab from anywhere at all. You can call us at 926-3866.
We are something special on the road.
Best 100 FM is the authentic voice of Jamaica, promoting your prosperity with better vibes and better music. Let us promote your goods and services for you. Advertise with us. For more information, call our office at 876-276-8935. That's 276-8935.
The Morning Connection is not your usual talk show. We aim to stimulate discussion and chart new paths to self-empowerment. So please join us, Minett and Percy, on The Morning Connection, Mondays to Thursdays, 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. on Best 100 FM.
It's good, it's better, but nothing beats.
Welcome back. Let me give some love to those online who are joining the conversation at a very high level. Well, thank you to Earl Brown for giving a name to our day off yesterday, May Day, May 1. We celebrated a holiday.
Yesterday in France, they had some May Day riots and thing. Peaceful celebration, but it broke out where 300 persons were arrested and 100 policemen.
Was it the old people again?
The old people thing from 62 to 64, them not letting up.
Nope. And then we have Earl Brown agreeing that this thrust to build a nation around tourism shows some good benefits in Trenchtown. He said there are good roads in Trenchtown.
There we know that's true.
And that's true. And then he mentioned too that he did a tour in Santiago de Cuba, and the tour consists of a cemetery. And it was very interesting. So yes, cemeteries and old churches, of which Jamaica has a few. And there's another tour they do as well. We do cemeteries. I think there's a tour, that does cemeteries in Jamaica. And there's one that does churches. I'm suggesting they could do one with bridges. The bridges of whichever county. And then Bevan Fairweather has raised the interesting has made an interesting mention of phenomenology because we were talking about epigenetics, the fact that there are these shared experiences of the past which become a part of your modern day living. And we were talking about honor. The fact that the principle of honor, ancient as it is, all worship begins with honor. And worship is, for as long as man could look up, man was kneeling down and worshiping something. Yeah. So, the idea that we have these shared experiences, and a shared consciousness maybe, and the way that we have lived and seen things for time immemorial, gives us a collective experience on which we can draw. Then Earl asked a question which I see Bevan is dealing with quite nicely here. It is a question that many Jamaicans are asking. In the silos of power that you can see in society, which is the more powerful? The power that is wielded by the government through state apparatus that we fund and resource, or the power that resides in the people, because the power which the government enjoy is vested in them by the people. So this is not even chicken and egg. This is really mother and child, because we, the people, give birth to a government.
That's true.
And, I always say that you cannot create something that is greater than you. Not possible. Because when you create it, you have the knowledge of how to destroy it, to dismantle it, to bring it to its knees. I don't have to contemplate which of the power is greater. The way that Earl put it, he says, who have the better power of the two, the government or the people? And Bevan says, the people gave their power to Babylon by standing divided in political parties, and divided we fall.
Wow.
The government and the people got together umbilically connected. There is no one without the other. And if one is destroyed, so is the other. And if we bring ourselves to a point of civil war and chaos, we hurt ourselves.
And as you point out, as we move into this interesting period in terms of our national life, our national politics, let a culture of honor be even higher on our agenda. Let us honor one another.
I believe that and I'm saying this over and above anything we say about, Jesus being the way, and Jesus saves, and Jesus loves you. Over and above all of that, I speak the language of honor. With honor comes love, because out of honor you will obey the voice that says, walk this way. Obedience and honor. I think, when that command is given to honor your mother and your father, I see it as standing even above the prescription for love. Because when love is under pressure and you feel that love has left the room, if honor remains at the table, a conversation can continue to the point where love will come back into the room. And I'm saying it with some mixed metaphors, and even as I'm saying it, I'm seeing both the parliament and the bedroom, meaning even between parents and people in a family who might feel that love is no longer visible. If there is honor, you can keep going and give yourself the opportunity to heal and to feel love and show love again. I'm not a psychotherapist, but I'm just throwing that in the mix as someone who has done a little living. But you, with your training, what say you?
You are no. I was just following what you're saying, that you believe that with love or honor with love?
Honor. Yeah. I'm saying if love can no longer be seen or you don't feel it, and you might say, there's no love here.
Still honor.
If there is honor, honor can keep a conversation going and give you the opportunity
to follow up
to love.
It is true.
Yeah. Oh, it sounds like you have a story. When I see a smile and a laugh like that, I know that a memory, he woke up and said,
Yeah, I remember that. I just, children obey
your parents.
But it is right. Honor thy father and thy mother, which is the first commandment with promise. My parents were separated, then divorced. But I would often hear my mom, and she would be the one who would say, based on what I can go about in business. But she told us all the time, and even when my father was going on, you know what she would say to us as children? He is your father. You are to honor him. Yeah. She said that to us all the time.
Wow.
And I couldn't understand it. I said, what? Because it was traumatic.
You want to call him worthless. And
my mother would say, he is your father. You are to honor him. And with all of those things that happened, because it was fascinating for me. in that personally, you have up your daddy.
Yes.
Unforgiveness.
Yeah.
And I remember being away in another country. When you're away in another country all by yourself, it gives you time to reflect.
To reflect. Oh, yes.
And to think. And the Holy Spirit said to me, you can't keep carrying this thing, man.
Not your load to carry.
Not your load to carry. You need to forgive your father for all the things that has happened. I said, okay. So when I came back to Jamaica, I made a beeline to
visit the man.
To go look for him, and we spent hours just talking and pointing at him. He was in it. Was holding his message. That's all right, Dad. I forgive you.
Some just let that parachute go.
And then so my mom would, and with all of that, if something was wrong with him, she would know that. She would say, hey, Father,
so I'm going to ask you to do this for me. What part of the mind or soul was injured by this assault that you thought your dad had committed? What part? How did it reflect in your...
In the soul.
In your, yeah.
The mind, will, and emotions.
Yeah.
The emotions were affected.
So, so here, why I kind of put that question to Percy is because self-esteem can take a blow.
No, self-confidence.
If you think that your parent who should love and honor either your mother or you yourself has denied that to you, you feel like you're worthless.
Right. So it affects all of those things.
It affects your self-esteem.
And a lot of people who I have to work with in terms of low self-esteem, low self-confidence, and you do the tracking, you do just ask the questions, and you go back, you discover it comes from
on the personal side,
rejection.
Your ability to trust and build a family, relationships of love will suffer.
So even those things, the healing and the thing that happened, and the forgiveness. So the end of the story is my father had a massive stroke, and we were preparing for him to
exit,
and the Lord gave him 3 more years.
And he made good with everybody.
Reconciliation and things. So I preached at his funeral.
So that's on the healing side now, because I'm looking at the litany. I'm looking at the injuries. You can be injured in your self-esteem, your self-confidence, and self-esteem and confidence have slightly different meanings. You can be injured in your ability to form love relationships
with other individuals and purpose
and
people,
right? Relationships of trust
and so on.
And if you were treated to any kind of physical abuse, there is an injury that takes place now in your in your psyche, where you now become prone to domestic abuse, giving it, receiving it, whichever way.
So therefore,
yes, man, may I excite you?
No, not exciting me, but people who have been hurt will continue to hurt. So that thing of healing is so
the healing, and you are proof positive of how the healing transforms, because when you let your dad go, you've been married how many years now? 28? 29. Sorry for teething 1 year. But look at that. You produce your children. They are beautiful, well-adjusted children. You are performing at the highest level that any man could ask for. You're serving God directly in his house and in the marketplace. Your confidence could, it could, I don't know, you would float away from us.
No, but
the relationships you form with relative ease. Let me tell you, a person can strike up a conversation with anybody on short notice and gone into their nitty-gritty. And you are absolutely not. In fact, you have become a healer. Rather than being one who hurt, you're one who heals. Now, this is when you look at, these are the invisible injuries which you suffered at a tender age, but which in your midlife, this is as a young adult, that's your midlife.
Yeah, because true. Because remember, 70 years you have, so those people who believe that
that 50 is the new middle age.
It's 35. But
you got your healing fought for your healing, claimed your healing,
Mm-hmm.
and went on to do all these things. I only mention it because Jamaica right now, struggling and suffering as we are. See, one whole heap of injured people out there.
Mm.
Invisible wounds, battered, scarred.
The abuse and
abuse. And the healing has not taken place.
So the abuse that happens to that we see meet out, the abuse become abusers. So we see it in relationships, in terms of male-female relationships, even in all the different relationships. And so there's a healing that needs to happen in the national psyche, in terms of individuals, in terms of families, in terms of communities. I have seen where you think about it, where you have one street to fight against each other, and you ask them, what I fight for? And nobody
even remembers.
Nobody
they just
remember
know
that they are at war.
The only relationship they recognize is as enemies.
Yeah, and you say,
because enemy is a relationship too, you know.
No, but good God, man. You don't want that.
You're my enemy. That's our relationship.
You see, communities, and let's take it like even in the 70s, 80s, you have Tel Aviv, war zone, Zimbabwe, all those. You go into communities and you're going, reconciliation needs to happen.
Percy, let us because you and I could do this for 2 or 3 days, especially since we had a day off.
I know, but the healing, there's a healing that needs to happen in our national psyche,
in the mind and soul of our country.
And our,
but you see, healers like you have got to begin to surgically intervene and see where and how. Yeah. What I wanted to raise before we open the lines, because we got to talk about some of the happenings.
Yes.
Now, some months ago, I had seen Mr. Kenny Benjamin, making an offer. He was reported on TV. He was making an offer to the Ministry of Security. He was identifying his very well-resourced company as a backup police force.
Them under attack.
And I said here on this platform, if you're that curious, you can hunt it down. I said here that he has made security guards a target. And all this boasting of equipment and
really,
it is. And anyway, I'm not gonna say I predicted it or prophesied it. I'm just gonna say that I called it out. And today we are seeing the thing like it's gone on steroids. There are some other things which have happened in the country on let's call it the security scene, which have pointed to a new level of
boldness,
audacity, evil, whatever word you want to use for it. And we know that those who have set up an anti-government or anti-state apparatus are well financed and they are receiving training. We saw it in how they murdered that young architect, and an observation was made. We saw it recently. It has come up again as persons are looking critically at how the various heists have been carried out. Beryllium being at the center of it is either people inside. You see, that's what happens when you're big, because they are well known, having advertised widely, and they are the ones who, they are what was the company used to be called? Brinks. They were Brinks before, and so that was their thing to be. Anyway, I'm sure there are other companies transporting, and if not, the fact of the matter is, for various reasons which you could almost predict, they are at the center of it, because now it's almost like a showdown. And there was a public service announcement from one of the banks, and there's a picture today. BNS is affected, though they are not saying as much as NCB. The ordinary citizen will feel it when you go to the ATMs, when you yourself even try to do various things. We mentioned honor.
Yes.
And honor applies also to our treatment of institutions. How we treat those who carry the responsibility or make a commitment to do various things for the country out of the public sector. The police and the security, all that is happening in the area of security requires some careful and more honorable treatment. I'm going to use the word honor.
Yeah, but it's true.
Security guards need to be better paid.
Right. The
police
need to be better
the police need to be better equipped
because
and paid.
Yes.
We're at the point now where the fact that it is your duty to do something is not going to inspire you to put yourself on the line. It used to be that you would honor your commitment under a contract.
True.
And you might even go the extra mile because such is the level of respect that you have for that commitment. That is out the window. I cannot imagine a security guard feeling like I'm going to go the extra mile in my job to protect the money that I'm transporting. That even to say it don't even make sense. So this is how you reap the reward for your dishonorable treatment of others. And in my view, we have so minimized the value of human labor and effort that you cannot pretend that labor in this country is treated with any semblance of honor appropriate to the contribution they make. I am highlighting the consequence of dishonorable behavior towards one another. Did you see another thing that we have spoken about here playing out as well? The women, and I bless God for the women who are part of the farm worker cohort,
yes,
have come out in the majority to express their disappointment and condemnation of the effort of the liaison services. They say those people minimize their complaints. They are on the side of the employers. These are the foreign employers who take our people.
But we did say that already.
And they dismissed the task force that went up and came back with the feel-good report that give government a pass. The women in the majority says...
When women start bawling, you better watch yourself.
Don't make no woman tears fall upon you.
It's not a nice thing. And the man them know
again, and this again comes out of how dishonorable we are as a government when it comes to matters concerning the welfare of our citizens. Remember, I was saying here that if farm workers are complaining of bad treatment, our own government should not go out of their way to say they're lying.
Which is what happened.
Which is basically what they did.
Yeah.
We must accept it that, because first thing, if somebody hurt, the whole nation should say we are hurt. Have you seen how the Americans treat any threat or danger to an American life?
One day America, that's what I say,
is worth a whole country of somebody else.
Yeah. Because they honor them.
Because they honor their people. The fact that you're an American means something. Would it be that the fact that you're Jamaican could mean something to our Jamaican government?
Yeah.
And I am off air. Am I?
Yeah,
if we could just ensure that our Jamaican people have value in our own eyes and show them the honor that they deserve, then we would be on the way to the healing that you spoke of.
Yeah.
I think that is a huge gap in what's going on with us.
But you know, this thing of honor. You know, some people, because they dishonor the Integrity Commission, they may have problem. Because it says now that scores of public servants at a public body, which is TA, Transport Authority, and a serious problem.
Face huge fines for statutory.
$500,000.
Yeah, well, so, you see, sometimes, you know, the restoration of honor comes with the drawn sword.
Oh, boy.
Here's another issue on honor. I'm going to stick this one in before we take the break. Mr. Bryan, whom I said
ruminating.
The ruminations of the Accountant General. That's all I remember.
The ruminations
are not binding on me.
Yes,
I would love to say that about the Court of Appeal.
Yeah, but
their ruminations are not binding on me. But so now there is a headline that says that the PAC is awaiting evidence. And that the financial secretary could penalize Bryan. And watchdogs are insisting that the officials should provide fulsome answers to concerns. He was out of order. He treated the whole process with a lack of honor. His words were contemptuous. Spoken in the House of Parliament against one of the officials that are set in place to hold people accountable.
Is it? What is that? But here it is, you know.
If I were a minister or if I had anything to do, he would be cooling his heels somewhere.
Yeah, to put it off. But you see?
Oh, maybe that's what you want, so you don't have to answer any questions.
Yeah, that
all right.
Never
I take that back.
You never land.
Yeah.
In our annual report to Parliament, Auditor General Pamela Monroe Ellis flagged a 9-year backlog of appropriation accounts that the Health Ministry had not submitted to the Minister and Auditor General, covering the period 2013 to
2014 to 2021 and 2022. And you see, this is when we talk about integrity and we say that the low-hanging fruit, those people who don't file reports, the little things, just the failure to file a report, to me, you know, that's telling me now that nothing is working right in your organization. That for me is the greatest crime, though it looks like the smallest one because you only didn't file the report, but one could presume that you were doing good all along. If you were doing good all along, your report would be filed. Honor again. If you treat with the right honor and respect the process, the procedures and the obligations imposed on you by your position, then you would do the right thing.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah. We're at 8 o'clock. When we come back, we're going to open the line so you can chat with us. But in the meantime, please remember we're focusing the attention somewhat on what's going to hold us together when things fall apart and the center can't hold, because we don't have no covenant. We got to find a new level so we can bring ourselves into healing and a fresh new covenant that would be like the New Testament that bring us into a period of love and grace. Stay with us, please. We're going to be right back.
You're simply the best.
Bess FM 100 on your dial. Keep listening.
We're just a click away. www.bestfm.com. Streaming live on the internet.
Hello, I am Emily Thomas with the BBC News. The United Nations says more than 100,000 people have crossed from Sudan into neighbouring countries since fighting between rival generals began 2 weeks ago. Over 300,000 have been displaced within Sudan. Fighting is continuing in Khartoum, especially in the northern part of the capital, as Paul Adams explains.
That particular part of the capital has remained a hot spot throughout this past 2 weeks, as has the situation in the far west in Darfur, where the clash between the army and the rapid support forces seems to have triggered an outbreak of tribal violence, which has left a lot of people dead out there, causing great concern among aid agencies, as around 20,000 people have fled across the border into Chad. So those have been the two principal areas of concern.
The widow of a prominent Palestinian prisoner who has died during a hunger strike in Israeli custody has said that she wants no bloodshed in response to his death. Hada Adnan died on the 87th day of his hunger strike in an Israeli prison. Israeli officials say he refused medical treatment, but one of his lawyers has accused the Israeli prison service of medical negligence. Parliament in Uganda has, for the second time, passed an anti-homosexuality bill that prescribes the death penalty for what it calls aggravated offences, such as child abuse. The bill was returned to the House after President Yoweri Museveni suggested changes. Here's Patience Atuhere.
President Museveni recommended that the clause which criminalised people for simply identifying as gay be amended. He argued that the provision would have led to the arrest and prosecution of people for just their physical appearance. The crime of homosexuality is therefore now restricted to the sexual act. Those convicted face life imprisonment. Landlords who knowingly rent premises for homosexual acts risk going to prison for 7 years. The bill has been widely condemned by the international community and rights groups.
The leader of a Kenyan doomsday cult has appeared in court in the town of Malindi after more than 100 of his followers were found in mass graves last month. Paul Mackenzie Nthenge, a former taxi driver, is accused of encouraging his followers to starve themselves to death to enter heaven before the world ended. The case was moved to the High Court in the city of Mombasa. The prosecutor, Vivian Kambaga, said it was a complicated case and that more time was needed before charges could be laid.
Lives have been lost. Over 100 people have died, my lady. Exhumations are going on. Postmortems are going on, my lady. It's unreasonable. My lady, it's unreasonable for council to insist that we should be ready to charge today.
You're listening to the latest world news from the BBC with me, Emily Thomas. The president of the next UN climate summit, Sultan Ahmed Al-Jaber, has said the world must triple its renewable energy capacity by 2030. Speaking at a conference in Berlin, Mr. Al-Jaber said delegates should be laser-focused on phasing out fossil fuel emissions. He stressed action was needed now.
The most recent IPCC report has already made it crystal clear that we are all way off track. We're already seeing the impacts from rising sea levels to failed harvests to food, water, and energy insecurity.
The next COP summit will begin in November in the United Arab Emirates. There's been criticism about Mr. Al-Jaber's appointments because of his role as chief of the Abu Dhabi National Oil Company. Hong Kong's pro-Beijing leadership has dramatically reduced the number of directly elected seats on its local councils from 90% down to 20%. In 2019, the pro-democracy camp won a landslide victory in local elections following months of sometimes violent street demonstrations, though few of those councillors remain in their positions. A lawsuit has reportedly been filed against two well-known Iranian actresses who appeared at an event in Tehran without wearing the hijab. Pictures of the two actresses, Afsaneh Behrgan and Fatemeh Motamed Arya, have been circulating online. Supporters of the mass protests against the hijab have celebrated the gesture as another sign that the move still poses a challenge to Iran's theocratic system. Kyrgyzstan has called on its citizens and journalists to avoid publicising negative information about the country to try to not frighten potential tourists. The Central Asian state recently introduced a visa-free regime for many countries as parts of its efforts to develop tourism. That's the latest world news from the BBC.
Praise the Lord, praise the Lord. God is good. This is a radio pastor and friend, Reverend Simon Peter Jones, inviting you, my friends, to listen every Tuesday evening on Best 100 FM at 7:30 p.m. for the program The Voice of Hope, as we extend hope to the hopeless in this dying world. God is good. Be encouraged. Hope is in the Lord.
Coming back on a
Yes, indeed, it's redemption time with Apostle Clive Campbell presenting a life-changing, life-challenging message to encourage, inspire, and motivate you towards your destiny. Every Tuesday night from 9:30 p.m. until 12:30 a.m. and on Saturday from 9 o'clock until 10, right here on Best 100 FM. It's redemption time.
I'm standing firm.
Half a tree, one and drive, half a tree. Bossy, how you do I take taxi star?
Jano, I want to tell you, say, 2 months now, my transmission mash up, and me check everybody and can't hear nothing positive.
Yeah, hear me? You waste all that time I shop around and never call the experts. Winters Auto have them. Them have over 35 years of experience and them diagnose the problem and get back your transmission brand new. For them service excellent and efficient. Trust me, man. Yeah, hear me? Call them at 929-7040 or go to them at 106 Maxfield Avenue, Kingston 13 and talk directly to the boss. Just tell them I'm me, send you.
You big star. Yeah, man, respect my boss.
Yeah, try and call him, cause trust me.
Waiters Auto Spares and Repairs, good afternoon.
What a relief.
For a better choice in all your electrical supplies, A, authorized 3M dealer and better brand names. B, better service including free island-wide delivery. C, all major credit and debit cards accepted. It's ABC Electrical Sales. Shop number 8, Hagley Park Plaza, Kingston 10. Open Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Saturday, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. We make your electrical jobs as easy as ABC. Call 754-382-528 or fax 754-3659. ABC Electrical Sales, for a better choice.
Veg Printers for all your printing needs. We specialize in calendars, flyers, brochures, and more. Call us today at 968-7506. That's 968-7506. Or visit us at 4 East Bloomsbury Road, off Hagley Park Road. Veg Printers, your best choice in printing.
Looking to clean your vehicle super clean? 123 Clean Car Wash, located at 2 1/4 Osborne Road, Kingston 10. Entrance on Grove Road, below Tropical Battery. They wash and vacuum, undercarriage wash, engine wash, polish and compound, shampoo and detailing. Call them at 876-631-3400. 123 Clean Car Wash, the best in the business for a cleaner wash.
Believe me, it's so easy. I want 2, 3.
What should a taxi service do for you? On-time taxi service is more than just a ride to the other side of town. They offer clean and spacious vehicles, reliable service, and promise to always look out for their customers. They'll come when you call and take you where you want to go on time.
From anywhere at all. You can call us at 926-3866.
We are something special on the road.
Best 100 FM is the authentic voice of Jamaica, promoting your prosperity with better vibes and better music. Let us promote your goods and services for you. Advertise with us. For more information, call our office at 876-276-8935. That's 276-8935.
The Morning Connection is not your usual talk show. We aim to stimulate discussion and chart new paths to self-empowerment. So please join us, Minett and Percy, on The Morning Connection, Mondays to Thursdays, 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. on Best 100 FM.
It's good, it's better, but nothing beats.
Welcome back to the Morning Connection, where we're going to be opening up the lines for you to
weigh in on the conversation.
876-619-1508 and 876-279-8473. But even as we do that, just to remind you, yesterday we started the month of May
with a holiday,
but it's the beginning of Child's Month. And so this week, it's Teacher's Day. Teacher's Day is happening.
We're terrible.
And Children's Month, and we have a National Children's month committee, and every day they send out something as what you must do. Yesterday they said, remember to tell your child that you love them.
Oh, thankfully I do that every day.
Yeah, so I do that every day too. So that becomes important. But
so they say your child, but your children. Please don't just tell the first one that you catch and say, tell the others.
No. Why do you go that road? And if you have 12 like some people, you need to tell every single one of them that you love them.
Yeah. Okay, that's a beautiful thing to do. Good morning and welcome to the Morning Connection.
Good morning, Miss Minett. Bless up yourself.
Oh, good morning, Frankie.
Yeah, bless up Percival. Bless up Miss Minett. You first. Wow, you touched the key line this morning. You know why you just glass over that key line there when you're touching on Miss Minett.
Anna.
When you said so because it was being nice to them, we in our spirit we honor people. That's how they kidnapped us and slave us and whipped us.
Yeah.
That's how they do that stuff. We need to not just glass over that. The people that need to know that. Straight up, the people that need to know say we are them honorable people that so they get the trick with. Carry from whip with.
It's a culture of honor, yes.
Yeah.
It's a culture of honor, and I tell you, re-engaging with these studios.
Hold on there. No disrespect. Hold on there, Percival. Come credit no so hot.
All right, go ahead.
When you there, did you like a pastor in the next country or next region or next whatever?
Mm-hmm.
What would you call them? There would be what to you?
Same pastor?
Not colleague. There would be a colleague or
your colleagues,
like that.
Right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Have you heard about? I'm glad to say because I want to get the word right now. Have you heard about your colleague over in Kenya?
You're the one who is in prison because in terms of the 100 people that fall in the grave.
Led them into starvation.
Yes.
To cut it short, the cult leader.
Yeah, right, yeah.
Yes, so that's why me didn't want to take the past that off of you, but since you want to wear them tags, you can go and continue, car. You can do the work where you do, car. See, listening to you, I can hear that you got good intentions and stuff. You don't need no pastor tag to do the work that you're doing, yo. But since you want that, I can't nobody. So I know my warrior them. Like Paul, he was Saul. He had to put down certain things and, Paul Bogle and, the real warriors.
Yes.
We got to put down that little, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
that little paper name calling stuff and do real work. We don't need no name to do real work, yo.
That's true. I agree with you. Vic.
So go on and enjoy your reality. Anyway, bless up reality. We see that straight up. We need to just don't glass over that.
Yes.
We need to keep letting that be known. Here, bless up when I go on doing the work. Love when I bless up.
All right, Franco.
And Franco, thanks for just saying that.
Man, he just zeroed in on it.
Yeah, but it is true and it is unfortunate in regards to it. And I was giving it a bit of thought and I was saying, some of us abuse the responsibility that we have, and it happens at different times, at different levels. And we have to be careful because we are going to get the hits.
Good morning and welcome.
Morning, brother. Morning.
Good morning, top lady.
Good morning, sir. How are you?
We're giving thanks, sir.
I love how you honored me with that title. He says top lady.
Is Rusty?
Once we are Jamaican and we have a certain particular color, we know that there's nobody here to honor us, but we have to be to ourselves.
We have to honor, my brother.
So what is true and if you are here educating the nation, as I said earlier, a couple of weeks ago, for now, the only thing we can do is talk and let our voice be heard. Yeah, man. A few things.
Yes.
Did you see any of the video of the ice that took place.
Yes.
In St. Thomas?
Yes. I
going
saw
the
the
rounds.
one that's been going the rounds.
Oh. But,
Yeah, man. The two vehicles peeling off in their opposite direction. The one giving some kind of coverage while you could see the coordination. That was not just a grab and a snatch and run operation.
Okay. You never heard the person in charge of the Beryllium, the ex-army officer, giving advice. They were sending around video that the security guard threw over the gun around.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Yeah, he was saying nothing like that. It's because him get shot.
Okay, it fell.
Based on the impact.
Yes.
But that's a total lie. I mean, I can't say in the video. And the guy, I'm a top for ex-army officer with the position he holds.
Mm-hmm.
Him shouldn't come on the radio blatantly lie. If you look at the video, it is clear. The guy, I'm a top fact, I don't understand these people because if you're training people to operate gun, especially an ex-army officer, you heard gunshot, you actually step back looking where it is. You don't turn your back minute around. You obviously expose yourself. So it's like I'm on a run, back way and shot him back way. The guy never got shot. The guy was literally running. They don't even try to run or move back way.
But let me ask you this. I mean, it has excited some commentary, but what would be your expectation? What is your expectation of these guards? Do you expect them to...
They're supposed to train, so you take cover. That's the first and foremost thing.
Yes.
You take cover.
Protect yourself.
You take cover. The guys are more running like some picnic playing down the shandy. So you wonder where the training is.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, we value people. It's like we take up people, put them in position, and we don't train them because obviously there's no indication or demonstration of no training. The guys are literally running. And then he's saying it's because the guy get the gunshot while the gun fell. The guy literally, there's no way you get gunshot and say running like that and show a gun. The gun literally show. It's like the same thing that, listen a minute, it's a gunshot. Him as a soldier should know that. First, I don't even want to say it, but your first time at camp is a night called bomb night, where they make sure, Martin should make sure you're exposed to these explosions. So mentally you can condition yourself and know how to respond to protect yourself and your colleagues.
So,
all right?
Let me ask you this, sir. On average, the guards are trained for about a 2 weeks period. That is what I heard when I made an inquiry. Are they usually given like continuous training as they are on the job? Do you know? Because 2 weeks wouldn't prepare you for
that.
But
there's a certain time you're supposed to go in. It's like army. There's a certain time you have to do your fitness test. So there's a certain time you're going like range. There's a certain time you go to range.
Yes. So that's for shooting. And what prepares you to do the kind of maneuvers? I see even the men who were the criminals then. Let's use that word to differentiate them. One was, from my movie knowledge, one was like just firing to keep the attention focused away from his partner, and then the other one got to his car, and the other one fired some more shots and got into his car, and they head off in opposite directions. I couldn't even recognize where the security guards were or the vehicle. I didn't see any of that on the video I saw. But I believe that to train persons to perform at a certain level must require more time and must occur at a greater expense. Are the security force employers putting that kind of investment into preparing the guards for what is really happening, even what's happening outside of moving money? But even if you're covering a home or an office or a place that comes under that kind of attack, because we're seeing a display of firepower and coordination that requires a certain level of response.
You see why I give you that on a top later. Yes, that particular word, coordination.
Yeah.
All right? And you as an army officer know about the tactical training. And they don't, as I tell you before.
They don't even want to pay the guards.
They don't follow the people them life. They don't tell them come and read that talk. Minute, let me tell you something, man. These guys are the most top advisor, come on TV, and not one of them more. They don't, once they give them that basic thing, that's it.
Now and then they may probably send them to do look rain shooting and that. But they don't.
Yeah.
Look at the criminal them, all the tactical, the quality that are working. You're supposed to be a fire that protect your friend step back.
Yes.
And then you find your friend position and he protect you and you step that coordination. They don't.
Yeah.
As I said, this is Jamaican. These things don't affect a certain amount of people.
Yeah.
So they're not doing a thing to protect the lives of citizens and the lives of workers. Even the one that took place and all over in front of YMCA. The police literally hide behind the van. So in other words, one police side in Minett, it is a risk to that other police
To the
side.
other, yes, because you're supposed to be covering your partner.
That's why I tell you that Jamaican police, most of them Minett and Pastor, most of Jamaican police, they only have strength for decent law-abiding citizens. Look at transport. Thank you, the guy gets his road license. Look at transport.
Oh, he did?
Wonderful.
A 55-year-old man call a man there, B-man. And this police constable named Davis, because them got the fire side. Straight up the 55-year-old man and push him outside. I mean, I say, you see? But they don't have strength for people who are treated down. They stop it there and them are deal their way because of money. You can. I deal their way because of insurance, and you know, they actually pass Jamaica. Talk to him, give him a one and things that don't deal with people where decent law-abiding citizens with respect and authority. You know, this country I run like it on autopilot minute. This man full of town who's an army officer who have been a company that talk about is a gunshot while the man threw the rifle. The man them literally run minute and expose them head back. So obviously we would have two guards there. They're not position themselves to protect each other, to protect themselves. They just mentally get distortion with the explosion and just a survivor try to take with themselves and them come for a radar with put it out. When him not go out, they go transport the money.
Well,
why him not go out there transport? Remember the one and YMCA, if I can find out, the police literally they behind the van and bend down and hide. Or yet still you can go out there and have strength, disrespect this and that, this is law-abiding citizen. And we don't. We don't say, listen, the decent big man, them law-abiding citizens, we have to keep them honor. If a man blunder, you talk to him, don't deal them like a common criminal. So they don't value life, and I tell my daughter, as long as they have my color, do not go nowhere, they expect nothing from nobody. Work, get your education, and set yourself. They don't mean it.
Okay. Yeah, and we hear your point, my friend. Well, you're an ex-army man, so you understand the whole thing in terms of training. And
last one, Pastor, last one. I think Sunday night I heard the Prime Minister talking about some house unit.
You mean the container? The containers?
Container, you call it?
The container houses. That one?
That one?
No, I never see the picture, but I heard the man there.
Okay, go ahead then, make your point.
The house, it value $4.9 million. So you people are highly educated. With the, a matter of fact, I told you, I don't pay rent and light, only food. And with these people getting $2,000 a day, you tell me now, why you calling it low income earnings, 4.9 million? But he's saying, it's like he's saying, that's just a basic. In other words, it's the person who buys it can sell it for more.
Okay.
It costs them that. It costs them. Probably my English is wrong. It costs 4.9 million, but when you go on a tour, it's going to follow more. You tell me now a minute, I'm past as a highly, take a deep, but as a highly educated woman and gentleman, $4.9 million. Tell me now which Jamaican where get $2,000 a day can afford this with transportation, food, etc., etc. You tell me now.
It's not within their pocket. It's not.
Up to minute, I want to know how we're going the lady by COVID, how we're going to say if we can assist her, you know, peace.
Grab the information, you know. Okay. What you do, just leave the information and I'll tell you the account you can send the money to.
All right, because I have a couple of friends.
All right, then.
Big up to me, yeah, man. Big up, Pastor. So tell me, I want to explain, I want to come up with how people earning $2,000 a day with all of these expenses and things.
Oh, they could afford, yeah.
The bullet for $80. One little bullet for $80. So I want to tell me, somebody
all right. Here's what. Send your number in our WhatsApp, 279-8473, and we'll get back to you, and we'll send the number to you.
To assist that lady.
All right?
You got the number?
Okay. Can I give my number? I put it on the other phone,
279-8473.
Is our WhatsApp number. All right? WhatsApp line. Just send it in there.
8473.
All right, then.
Thank you.
Yeah, my respect.
Good morning and welcome to the Morning Connection.
Yes. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah. There's a talk that says who can hear must feel. I believe that Jamaica is in disobedience of not obeying the solutions to solve the problem. And as Jamaica keeps denying the right thing to do to solve the problem, it will only descend and get worse. I am sure of it. As the weeks go by, we will see more and more of this.
And
the youth them sick in them head, and them not gonna stop. Nothing can stop them.
You are right about the who can hear must feel. That is, and earlier I said when the sword is drawn, it don't just go back in like that. But Jamaica as a nation is a constantly changing face, in the sense that every day somebody who was previously under parental coverage come of age and can make their own decisions. We have to keep speaking and teaching and encouraging so that those who are facing the judgment, when they have been executed and removed, the ones who come of age can have the right knowledge and be in a position to learn from what them see gone before them and make better choices. It's one of the interesting things about a nation. A nation of people is constantly changing. In our family, let's say if it was just, a family of 3 or 4 boys or girls or whatever, and something happened and each of them pay. Once they have paid, that's it. But they're going to have children who are going to survive them. And then you're going to have neighbors and you have communities. And so we are constantly on the path of teaching and trying to coach the next one to do better.
So you're saying it's perpetual chaos.
There's a point at which you stop it. That some people...
Because the younger generation is worse than the younger. It will, I see it, it's finished.
But remember, each generation carries the responsibility to train and improve the one that is to come, or that is, next in line.
Yes,
so if we
there's no present generation who cares. None care, and none have the wherewithal to teach nobody nothing. The government cares not. They're not care.
Malvern, will you wait with us while we do the station break? It's 8:30. Please.
Yeah.
Thank you.
We're just a click away. www.bestfm.com. Streaming live on the internet.
For a better choice in all your electrical supplies, A, authorized 3M dealer and better brand names. B, better service including free island-wide delivery. C, all major credit and debit cards accepted. It's ABC Electrical Sales. Shop number 8, Hagley Park Plaza, Kingston 10. Open Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m., Saturday, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. We make your electrical jobs as easy as ABC. Call 754-3825-8 or fax 754-3659. ABC Electrical Sales, for a better choice.
Half a tree. Ready, 200. Ready, mama. Ready. Is this the confusion you feel when trying to work your way through medical systems in Jamaica? Try a dose of Ask Dr. Mary every Thursday at 5 to 6 p.m. Let Dr. Mary help you understand your medical problems and bring you to a calmer place.
Veg Printers for all your printing needs. We specialize in calendars, flyers, brochures, and more. Call us today at 968-7506. That's 968-7506. Or visit us at 4 East Bloomsbury Road, off Hagley Park Road. Veg Printers, your best choice in printing.
Looking to clean your vehicle super clean? 123 Clean Car Wash, located at 2 1/4 Osborne Road, Kingston 10. Entrance on Grove Road, below Tropical Battery. They wash and vacuum, undercarriage wash, engine wash, polish and compound, shampoo and detailing. Call them at 876-631-3400. 123 Clean Car Wash, the best in the business for a cleaner wash.
Believe me, it's so easy.
What should a taxi service do for you? On-time taxi service is more than just a ride to the other side of town. They offer clean and spacious vehicles, reliable service, and promise to always look out for their customers. They'll come when you call and take you where you want to go on time.
From anywhere at all. You can call us at 926-3866.
We are something special on the road.
Best 100 FM is the authentic voice of Jamaica, promoting your prosperity with better vibes and better music. Let us promote your goods and services for you. Advertise with us. For more information, call our office at 876-276-8935. That's 276-8935.
The Morning Connection is not your usual talk show. We aim to stimulate discussion and chart new paths to self-empowerment. So please join us, Minett and Percy, on The Morning Connection, Mondays to Thursdays, 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. on Best 100 FM.
It's good, it's better, but nothing beats. Best
Welcome back. Thank you for holding, Malvern.
Yes. They don't want to enact the solution, and the solution is the death penalty. And because they do not want the death penalty, then the only thing that they will do, that they do want, they will accept the mark of the beast. That will stop the crime. The mark of the beast will stop the crime, because you can't buy and sell without it.
Oh, so you mean
so everybody will be controlled like a dog.
Okay.
So that will stop. So that is what the solution is. That is what they'll choose, because they will not choose the solution of freedom and liberty. They don't choose that. They will choose enslavement to solve the problem.
Interesting.
Yeah, very interesting.
Yeah, but Malvern, as I said to you, we will continue to speak, to advocate, to indicate to people that there are choices that they need to make. Now, if somebody, you tell them all the time and them still going down there, their blood is not on my shoulder, your shoulder, and we have to continue to do that. What you have pointed out seems to be, in my own thinking, the whole thing of this one world order, one world system where people become slaves again. It's on the cards, but God gives us the option of choosing freedom, and that's what we have to do. So we have to tell people.
But we will not. The government will not choose freedom.
Yeah, but it's government, unless we have a righteous government, them are going to continue along the path with all of the things that we see they're putting in place internationally. Because not only Jamaica, it's internationally the system that you're speaking about. Yeah. But we'll continue to point them and to say, no, man, there's another way. And that is what we have to do. Let us focus in on saying to people, your circle of influence, say to them the other way, so they know they have an option, because that is something that God will never take away from man. The freedom to choose.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
All right.
Well, I think no, they're thinking of placing 15-year-old criminals in prison for 20 years.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah. Now, when that boy gets out of prison, and he's in there for 20 years, when he gets out, he'll be worse than he went in before. Mm-hmm. Because chances are he will be molested in prison. raped, and then he's going to be very angry when he comes out here. If you step on him, too, you're dead.
Yeah.
So it's just chaos and mayhem, unfortunately.
Yeah, but we will continue to speak, my brother, of hope and the choice that God has given to us. But thank you, Malvern. All right? Blessings. Good morning, caller. Thank you for holding. Welcome to the Morning Connection.
Good morning and welcome.
Yeah. We've asked that caller just WhatsApp us on the WhatsApp line so we can give you the information in regards to the account for the lady in terms of helping her. All right?
Good morning and welcome.
Good morning, Lady of Beauty.
And your Lady Love herself, Lady of Love.
Handsome men over there.
Good morning,
Jamaica,
Lady Love.
wonderfully made people.
Yes.
I've been thinking about what is happening with the getting rid of Queen.
Getting rid of who?
The constitutional
monarchy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking about it and some of the things that they need to change in the Constitution.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I went through the
Constitution.
I went to two bookstores looking for books that tell stories about our Africanness and those kind of things. And there is no such book you can find in there.
What do you want to pull from those texts and put in the Constitution? What were you thinking of?
That children have the ability to read about themselves. When they are trained to read, they can read about themselves.
Let me tease you. Lady Love, let me tease you a little bit. Are you saying that in terms of our constitutional arrangement, the teachings of Marcus Garvey should be embedded in it? Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Okay, all right.
That's one of the things.
Okay.
And not only Marcus Garvey, but other leaders and those stories about Jamaicans who fight to be where we are.
Okay.
Our ancestors did that. I haven't seen, well, the places I went, I haven't seen any of those in the bookstore because they talk about buying storybooks for your children and seeing those type of books there.
Okay.
I bought one in order to take it to show some teachers, and that was Aladdin with the Chinese boy going in and getting the lamp and this
Middle Eastern, yeah, in
and the genie.
The genie, okay.
And this black man trying to take it away from him. And, I mean, it's disgusting.
Okay.
When I see those kind of things, because what our children learning about the worst thing about themselves when they see these things them.
Okay. So that's one thing. Anything else you think in terms of this whole constitutional reform that you think should be a part of that covenant that is agreed to by all of us?
The language.
Okay.
We should have at least one African language, like Swahili. It is spoken in every place in Africa. It should be taught to our people. Even one African language, and I study the Swahili language, must be taught so children can know about themselves. We ourselves, you understand, supposed to, because you have Chinese language now teaching at university level. And if that is happening, what about us? Why are you doing these things? You know, these things are, to me, are disgusting.
I mean, I appreciate that we need to learn more about our history and treat it with greater respect and honor. But in the Constitution, mind you, constitutional reform is an opportunity to reopen all the issues that pertain to identity and heritage and who we are and what makes us special and what we want to honor going forward. But I would not expect to see the Constitution imposing an obligation on the nation to teach at least one African language. Are you going that far with it, or it's just a part of your argument that these are things which we should be embracing, because the absence
these are
of a
things that we must be embracing.
okay, and we should be doing that regardless of what a constitution says. Those who have a desire and a curiosity about Africa and our heritage, mind you, it's meant to be a functional, fruitful, ongoing relationship, not just one about heritage and history. I can build a relationship with Africa now that does not depend in any way on the past. Meaning, I think Africa is unique. Well, other countries too, because you have people who look very much like the average person that you would find in a particular region. The Indians look a certain way. The Asians look a certain way. Our skin is a definite mark when it comes to those who come from the continent. So just by how I look, I can seek to build a relationship with Africa.
The beaches. Well, I don't know if you put this in there as well, but the beaches, they should be selling out our beaches.
No, we definitely
we must get them back.
Even
and the land, we need land in Turks and Caicos people born there get land free.
Land,
get a piece of land free.
Land,
when they are born.
Yeah, land policy.
And this is a country that was fought for here so terribly.
Okay, so you want beaches and land distribution should be a part of it. That is expected.
You think
environmental? Yeah, environmental. Right now,
and they're not supposed to sell any more for beaches. Not one. Starting from today, no more don't sell.
Okay. So, but but you're saying some of the policies that speak to empowerment of our people, in some way you are saying, like, you have the Bill of Rights.
Yes. So right now there is protection in the in the fundamental rights and freedoms for the environment, which includes access to the beach and other natural resources,
and land water by bauxite company and those.
Protection of the resources or natural resources are currently. There are provisions in the Constitution that speak to that. It's the enforcement of it and the coverage that we give to it that matters.
It's the enforcement of the land, you mean?
No, the protection. Right now in the Constitution, there are provisions that speak to the protection of our heritage. The land is considered heritage, and there are some environmental matters specifically covered there. Children are protected. There are a number of things currently enjoying protection. But on the ground, the interpretation, the application of these rights get a treatment that you might say disqualifies or negative the rights that are there. So it comes back to the heart of the people in how we do the things which are important. You can have the law.
If they are not educated, to that level.
Yeah, so that becomes a very important part of it. You don't just want to change what's on paper. You also want to change how man sees it and how we treat with it.
In terms of the covenant and why we do it, because we honor what is in it. But some very interesting thoughts that you've shared with us in terms of our Africanness.
Yes.
Final thing I wanted to say is that if there's a job that Jamaicans can do, let it be the Jamaicans who do it. Don't bring other people to do it. We are sorry about my throat. If there's a job here that Jamaicans are qualified to do, why bring in other people to do the job?
Can I tell you that the law currently handles that? Work permits are required, and work permits are granted on the basis that you don't have an available skilled person to do it, and the person who comes in, the sponsor has an obligation to have a transfer of knowledge and skill so that a Jamaican can learn the skill and be able to handle that job. That currently exists, but are we doing it?
No, it's not.
Yes, so that's really why I make the point.
From 1980, I think it was 1981, there were some people that were brought in. Is it 81? I don't remember exactly. But they were brought in. And the Jamaicans that came back from abroad, they gave them places to live, like up in one and those kind of things. But when the other expatriates come, they put them and give them place with
They didn't put them in similarly good accommodations.
Yeah. No.
Okay.
No. And this was a man who worked at the Ministry of Labor who was pointing it out to us that they were brought back here, and then this is what is given to them to work and live, while the other people have places.
So some get palace and some get a hovel, a hut. That go back again to the heart of man, because what they would say, well, we did give them a place, but the quality is a point of distinction. Thank you,
They got pools and those kind of things, and where they got and the other people, them just, it's heart-rending.
Yeah. Thank you, Lady Love, for pointing that out, because it is highlighting yet another thing we are constantly cautioning. You can change the law, but if the people are not right in their heart and their thinking, it will not have the desired effect. So we have those different things to do.
All right.
Yes.
Thanks.
Okay.
Yes.
Minister.
Yeah, man. Lady Love.
Minister.
Lady Love.
You can only laugh. Love you.
All right, Lady Love.
Love all you.
Morning caller, thank you for holding.
Good morning and welcome.
Hello. Somebody has commented on it in the chat. You see, because I
yes,
guess
I have to welcome my sister on the line. I see Marsha Blakegrove. Good morning, Marsha.
Hello.
Thank you for joining us. Good morning. Welcome to the Morning Connection.
Good morning.
Hey, good morning, Cruz.
I'm not hearing you. That's loud.
Why aren't you hearing me? You need your hearing aid to turn off.
You hearing me now?
Yes.
Yes, we're hearing you, Cruz. What's up?
I called about some 35 times or more yesterday morning. Didn't know that was a reason.
We apologize.
Oh, sorry. We were celebrating May Day.
May Day?
Mm-hmm. I learned that from Earl.
Is a son like me, stubborn and don't take orders?
My son is not like you, stubborn and don't take orders. But perhaps who tell you that you're stubborn and don't take orders? I found you very easy to work with.
Really?
Yes.
That's what you think.
Oh, dear.
How old is your son?
He'll be 16 tomorrow.
You wait. He might call me even worse than me. I was born the 18th of May. I'm a Taurus.
Yes, the bull. All right.
Yes, the bull.
All right. What are you saying to me this morning?
I heard you talking about that minister yesterday, the tourist guy. You know why he smiles so much? He's always laughing.
Edmund Bartlett you talking about?
Yes. You know why he's always laughing?
It's part of him, the personality that he has.
Am I going to have a problem with the Broadcasting Commission when you give that answer?
No.
Oh, all right then. He's a child of God.
He's not the best looking MP.
Meaning his performance is not... Come
on, Miss Minett. He's not the best looking MP in Jamaica. So you have to keep on smiling.
Oh,
okay.
I see.
All right.
Well, he has a beautiful smile, so if that's his strategy, it works.
It works.
Yeah, and I give this man performance a 0, even though they say he's bringing in so much tourists, but it's not him. It's just that a lot of places broke up. I mean, when the last storm hit some other place, and people is running all over the world, but they act like it's only here tourists coming. But anyway,
that's not what you're called about. It don't sound like you have something important to tell me. That was it?
Pastor.
Yes, Cruz.
This is for you.
Mm-hmm.
Do you believe everything in the Bible?
Yes, sir.
Everything?
Yes, sir.
And everything in the Bible is God's word. The man that they say create or the woman that they say create heaven and earth.
Inspired by God.
Everything.
Yes, Cruz.
100% and more.
Cruz, go on, let me tell you, yes, what you say now?
No, yeah, I'm just saying that people that don't think for themselves are weak.
Okay. So you say I'm a weak person. So they...
Yes, I'm not taking back my talk. But anyway.
Cruz, you not tell us what is on your mind yet, may I listen?
No, I cannot talk the same thing every day, because I was on the show yesterday.
Okay, all right.
And Miss Minett.
Yes, sir. This is your
honor guard
to just tease us.
That's the right name.
The honor guard of what? For what?
No. Why couldn't it be a fat man instead of a fat pig?
The who?
The honor guard that we're talking about?
Yes, Miss Minett talk about them on a repeated show.
Oh.
Yesterday, say like a fat pig. She should say fat men or fat women.
I said a fat pig. Why a pig and not a person?
Right.
Oh, because if I use an animal in place of a person, I'm just being consistent with how we make sacrifices. I'd rather sacrifice a pig to any of my comments than an individual.
Oh, well, I don't.
We're talking about people who behave in an excessive way.
Yeah. Let me know. So that's what I talk about.
Yeah, so the pig is the best animal to associate with that.
Yeah, when people are being
Some
excessive.
fat people are not fat because they're excessive. They're fat because they have hormonal disorders.
And so on.
But everybody can stay slim, but it's just that some people are lazy.
Cruz, what are you eating right as you're calling some people lazy and fat?
I am not eating.
Okay, on a fast.
Anything.
All right.
And another thing, you can work from Monday to Thursday and still want Monday off.
I was waiting on that one. It won't happen again, sir.
All right, Cruz, take care. Go ahead, man. Cruz,
he's just making fun with us today.
You know.
All right, let me see.
But tomorrow we must make note as we're talking about.
Yeah, we were talking about. The caller made a point about how differently categories of workers are treated in terms of the housing they get when they come back as expats. And one of our listeners online is saying that even the pay and the benefits are different too. Good morning and welcome.
Multinationals, yeah. Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Enlightened.
How are you?
Morning, Pastor. Yeah, man. Yesterday it kind of threw me off,
You tried to call as well?
Yeah, I was on that, and then when I hear my voice, I said, wait, what is that? We broadcast, man. Anyhow, I kind of enjoy it because I go back and listen to my voice.
And you were impressed because, you usually get to hear yourself.
Right. So, I kind of enjoyed it. Anyhow, there's some negotiation going on between the government and the ACP, African and Caribbean Pacific
countries.
Lomé Convention.
Right, they are renegotiating some convention that they're supposed to sign. But there are certain clauses that we can be punished for if we develop like nuclear weapon and human rights
violations. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Now, the idea of human rights included LGBT and the LG. Well, I can't remember because too many like talk about that thing. I mean, like the same sex business.
And you think it shouldn't? You think it shouldn't, or?
But that's not a human right.
But are there humans involved?
Yes. But you say that thing is taking over the world too much, in my opinion.
But you see, I understand what you're saying, because the danger that I see is, as we try to ensure that persons are not abused, discriminated against, treated with violence because of the differences between us and them, and we start to create categories of persons, people become distracted by the category and forget that what we're talking about is protecting human beings from abuse. Whether you abuse a person because they're of a different skin color or a different sexual orientation, it is the abuse that we're addressing.
Yes, I agree. But we're taking it too far because, listen, we have men that want to transcend to women.
Yes.
And they want to go in sport with female. They want to go into the bathroom where female is supposed to be. And they want you to, you can't call him, you must call him she when you know him is a him. It's a word for confusion. And we can't make the Europeans with the European with the liberal, the over liberal ideology. Take over the place, you know, because it is causing a lot of confusion all over the world, you know, because people are, you can have someone, you cannot define what is a woman, you know?
Yes, yeah.
When you ask one of them what is a woman, they say is how you feel. You can't be how you feel to be a woman. A woman is a adult female.
Yes.
But another thing, well, you know, another question could be, if I know I am stronger than Minett, and I am playing sport with Minett, am I not abusing Minett's right to be a female in that regard, in terms of not being...
To be with my equals then, or my peers.
Yeah.
But another person is going to say, but there are some women who are bigger than other women.
Yeah, but we understand that. But
but we have men that are bigger than men, you know. So
women that are bigger than men.
Yes, we understand that. But in the general main majority of the thing, it as you have said, you know, my friend, is a whole lot of confusion. There's a whole lot of confusion. And from a spiritual perspective, you know, when you have confusion, you know what happens.
Yeah, and even our kids, you know, even the kids them nowadays. I was watching a program and a lady in the States of a child, and they don't put no sex on the child. They say when the child grow to an adult, they can determine what type of sex. What kind of foolishness is that? What kind of foolishness is that? The child must determine what type of sex they want to be.
So then what about the parents?
And the thing is taking it is taking on so much that you can be sued, especially in certain countries. If you call a man, if him same is a woman and you call him a him.
Yeah, that's a problem. It's against the law.
It's a problem.
Yeah, but you know, enlightened. So that is the challenge that a lot of people face in regards to the confusion, and we are saying people in leadership must make sure that they don't confuse the people further, because when you do that, it's more confusion.
Only the enemy profit from confusion.
And that is my point, the confusion.
So we have to be careful that we don't allow our government to go about and signing all these type of treaties, and then when they come, all them laws, they come down on us, you know.
Okay.
We have to be careful with them, man. You see, and I am not one who is too concerned about what a man in a bedroom and all them type of thing there. I'm not concerned about them things there. But I am concerned about
children.
The children that a boy can come home to his parents and say, boy, me feel like a girl, and the parents can go doctor and all them type of thing, and them want change them sex and all them type of thing. You know, because children, you know, when a child is at a certain age, you know.
Very impressionable.
They're impressionable. A boy want to play with that. I know youngsters used to want to play with that and all them things there.
Right. That's okay.
And them never be
and then after that, then transition out of it. Because we pass the break and I think that is the real conversation that we need to be having in terms of confusion. So we're going to take the break. All right? Thanks, Enlighten. Good.
All right, okay. I'll go there.
Yeah.
You're simply the best. Better than all
Best FM 100 on your dial. Keep listening.
We're just a click away. www.bestfm.com. Streaming live on the internet.
For a better choice in all your electrical supplies, A, authorized 3M dealer and better brand names. B, better service including free island-wide delivery. C, all major credit and debit cards accepted. It's ABC Electrical Sales. Shop number 8, Hagley Park Plaza, Kingston 10. Open Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m., Saturday, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. We make your electrical jobs as easy as ABC. Call 754-382-528 or fax 754-3659. ABC Electrical Sales, for a better choice.
Greetings, brothers and sisters. I invite you to join us for the Church of Our Lord Jesus Christ radio program with Elder Kendrick Murray, where we stand firm that Jesus Christ is the Son of God. This broadcast is heard every Saturday from 12 noon to 1 p.m. and again on Sundays from 4 to 5 p.m. The church is located at 3550 Pleasant Valley Road here in Mobile, Alabama, in the United States. You may visit our website at sonofgodlives.org or our YouTube page at Minister K. Murray. Or you may call us at area code 251-300-8812. God bless you, and we look forward to you tuning in to the program.
Half a tree, one and drive, half a tree. Bossy, how do I take taxi style?
Jano, I want to tell you, say, 2 months now, my transmission mash up, and I check everybody and can't hear nothing positive.
Yeah, hear me? You waste all that time on shop around and never call the experts. Winters Auto have them. Them have over 35 years of experience and them diagnose the problem and get back your transmission brand new. For them service excellent and efficient. Trust me, man. You hear me? Call them at 929-7040 or go to them at 106 Maxfield Avenue, Kingston 13 and talk directly to the boss. Just tell them I'm me, send you.
You big star. Yeah, man. Respect my boss.
I try and call you, cause trust me.
Waiters Auto Spares and Repairs, good afternoon.
What a relief.
Half a tree. 180, 200. Ready, mama? Ready. Is this the confusion you feel when trying to work your way through medical systems in Jamaica? Try a dose of Ask Dr. Mary every Thursday at 5 to 6 p.m. Let Dr. Mary help you understand your medical problems and bring you to a calmer place.
Vejan Printers for all your printing needs. We specialize in calendars, flyers, brochures, and more. Call us today at 968-7506. That's 968-7506. Or visit us at 4 East Bloomsbury Road, off Hagley Park Road. Vejan Printers, your best choice in printing.
Looking to clean your vehicle super clean? 123 Clean Car Wash, located at 2 1/4 Osborne Road, Kingston 10. Entrance on Grove Road, below Tropical Battery. They wash and vacuum, undercarriage wash, engine wash, polish and compound, shampoo and detailing. Call them at 876-631-3400. 123 Clean Car Wash, the best in the business for a cleaner wash.
Believe me, it's so easy. I want 2, 3.
What should a taxi service do for you? On-time taxi service is more than just a ride to the other side of town. They offer clean and spacious vehicles, reliable service, and promise to always look out for their customers. They'll come when you call and take you where you want to go on time.
From anywhere at all. You can call us at 926-3866.
We are something special on the road.
The Morning Connection is not your usual talk show. We aim to stimulate discussion and chart new paths to self-empowerment. So please join us, Minett and Percy, on The Morning Connection Mondays to Thursdays, 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. on Best 100 FM.
It's good, it's better, but nothing beats.
So,
good morning, welcome back. I want to thank you for holding. Go ahead, caller. Oh, we're having a line is open.
Yeah, the line is open, but I'm not hearing anyone. Good morning.
Well, no, cut me off.
No, you're very much here. I can hear you. Accusing us of cutting you off. You're calling me wicked.
Cruz, go ahead. Cruz,
we can hear you calling us wicked.
I thought you cut me off.
No, but we're not wicked.
We are not wicked people.
I've been waiting how long until you start that advertising. I hear nothing, so I thought to cut.
But we are not wicked. Out of the abundance of the heart.
Let me just make sure that you called and you got us and you spoke already.
Yeah.
Well, I could be talking the phone company, not you.
All right, I know we're not wicked. Oh boy. All right, what's happening now?
The main two things I call about is anybody thinking about how certain people are taking over this country, getting big posts, like in the table tennis, the football, and the acting prime minister, the richest one. You know who I'm talking? What I'm saying?
No, sir. No. I have a feeling you're talking about the same LGBTQ agenda. Are you?
No.
Which people are these you're talking about then?
Yeah, I'm not. I'm talking about the president for the table tennis.
Yeah,
you know who that is?
No, I know him personally. He's Jamaican, born here.
Are we talking about Chinese? Are we talking about the Chinese people?
I know, but I'm telling you. So hold on, Cruz. I know.
Pastor, you talk more than me because you're a preacher. But if I start to preach,
no. Cruz, listen. I know the president of the Table Tennis Association personally. We go. His name is Angelo. His father is a Jamaican Chinese. Right. But he is a Jamaican. In Banya. He's born.
Pastor, hold on, you don't get my point. Even if I'm born here.
Yes.
Do you think African should rule African and Chinese rule Chinese?
No,
but this is Jamaica.
But this is Jamaica.
Cruz. Rule China.
But this is Jamaica.
Cruz, the man, and if you know the history of his father was in people, the Chinese have money, and the man became a preacher.
Yes, but Cruz is saying that should be of no relevance. Let me tell you, you and I could not walk down to Africa in any country and say we want to rule Africa.
But I understand that.
So if you understand that, why wouldn't you understand with equal tolerance any Jamaican of any look or stripe being competent and capable and eligible without protest or discrimination to take charge of something in Jamaica? Yes?
I have all right to say what I'm saying because the present government is sitting out against the present opposition. Anyway, hear me out.
But you see, Cruz, we're not going down the road.
We're not encouraging you.
We're not going down with this race thing, you know.
What I'm saying.
Yes.
That guy sounds arrogant to me.
Which who? Who?
No, sir.
Who sounds arrogant?
Mr. Lou? No, sir. Let me tell you something about that person. You never have to do it. But he used to play table tennis because of love for the sport.
But it's worse under his watch.
That's not true.
But Cruz.
You know, Cruz, because me can then tell you, my sister is involved in the federation also. So I know.
Okay, so your personal knowledge aside, Cruz, someone listening to you speaking right now would say that is a bigoted man from St. Elizabeth. Would they be right?
If they want right or wrong.
No. You know yourself.
Yes.
You know yourself. Are you someone who, without reason or cause or rationale, hate or would discriminate against somebody because they are different from you? Are you that kind of person?
I have that done to me in every country I go. Cayman and Canada.
So but who are you? Because you're speaking now, and the way you're speaking suggests that you want other Jamaicans to wholehearted against another Jamaican because they look different from us. They don't have black skin.
I'm only saying
yes.
The football federation, who is in it right now?
Don't know, don't care. Especially if
the president
if you're one of
Not the president, not the general sec. Who is he?
It's Mr. Chong, and he's a
and
Jamaican.
we have an acting prime minister. Who is he?
Well, I sorry for you because St. Elizabeth full of some Chinese people. So you must be staying in your house and not coming out.
white people with some blue eyes in St. Elizabeth.
I want to meet Cruz. I really want to meet you. Send me a picture of you now. Let me see which European country you look like you come from.
Me look like? I want to send me more a picture.
All right. Can you send it to us on WhatsApp? I need a picture of you.
Here the other point I have now. I don't listen to what's his name again, the guy that PJ Sue. What's his name again?
Who?
The talk show host at PJ Clint Hughes.
Oh, yes.
Mr. Hughes, what about Mr.
You weren't on radio, and I was strolling across and I picked him up and heard him talking about the 16-year-old girl that killed by the cops.
Yes.
I was listening to what he was saying and how he was talking. Mm-hmm. To me, I picked sense out of nothing. It was murder. Anyway, a guy calling and say, a guy calling, a JLP, a laborer calling and was saying PNP can put a team together to run election. How can they run the country? No, that man, don't forget what went on when labor rights was in power. I don't think we have anybody right now that will power Prime Minister. We don't have a gang of five, and I could go on and on. So these guys need to remember what took place under JLP watch in this country.
All right, sir.
All right, Cruz. Okay. All right.
They should remember. All right.
Good morning, caller. Thank you for holding. Good morning, caller. Thank you for holding.
I think this line hasn't been released. I could still hear it crackling.
But
is there another call, my brother? Okay.
But I'm just saying to him,
You're addressing the bigotry.
We must deal with people based on character. Know the person, character, how they are, and the whole thing we spoke about honor. It's so important. I say because I have an intimate knowledge of grow with the person, and my sister is involved.
Good morning and welcome.
Yes.
Hello.
I'm hearing you. Good morning.
You. Go ahead, sir.
Yes, I was just singing, oh, what a beautiful morning, and I was cut off. I won't say nobody wicked. I was just, I just keep singing, everything's going my way.
Oh, I'm pleased for you that everything is going your way.
Mayday. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, Fortis. What's up?
Good morning to you, Pastor. Good morning to you, Mr. Minett. Good morning. Hey, Mr. Lawrence. Good morning, sir.
Lloyd was being very cool, like him not hearing me now. When I said Lloyd blew your kiss, he meant jerk.
Drop up. He said, no.
Listen.
Yes.
There's nothing to smile about. Nothing to smile.
But you're singing, everything is going your way.
I want to talk about a lady, an eminent lady, that she started so well and ended up so bad. It's sad. One continent.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my
yeah. She
goodness.
Passed off. Yeah, she passed off.
She had a heart. And, I remember a girl was going through, a lady was going through some problem with her child's father. And I introduced, Antoinette used to make fun of me, black boy with the white teeth, and, So, and I said to her, well, I can't make you talk to Antoinette. Anyway, I put her on to Antoinette. They were having some issues with family court and all of that. And who do you know? who do you know that Antoinette talked to her on the phone because she never see her face to face. And then Antoinette turned to her and said, you know where to send the money? So she said, money? What money? She said, $5,000 for me talk to you. So the girl was most upset. And I can tell you, she you know, may her soul rest in peace wherever she go. Because she had to be running. She went to Cayman, Bahamas, Cuba, and she ended up in USFA. She died in USFA. And let me tell you, you know, that girl, I hope she let her go now. Because she have her up. And, you know, people...
About the $5,000?
Yeah, man, because...
Did she pay it?
Remember, she did pay it. She can't
I see. Okay.
She paid. She did pay it. You see, so these are things, you know, we have a good and a bad side, and we don't want year. Oh, Antoinette was such a... Yes, that was one of the bad. Anyway, I feel so good this morning to hear that somebody or some people is going to go and assist the lady in Corville. Ain't that good? Something to come out right?
Yeah,
something come and I just spoke to her and she says we can give her an account. So I want to do that.
Yes,
so I'm going to stop and do it.
That means me hollering and me caulking not go in vain, eh?
No, it's not in vain, Fortis.
I tell you, the brave may fall but never heal, man.
All right, then. So
never you heal. Because when you heal, you give up.
Right. So,
man.
So let me just say,
you know,
Fortis, let me just tell you what they just put it on the air. I spoke to her and she says, you see, you can just send out my NHD account. So if people want to make contributions to it, they can. So the number is NHD 8200427990. So if you want to, yes.
Pastor?
Yes.
Prefix. Go in prefix. Just go slow. Because some people not fast as you, you know.
All right. So it's NHD account. If you want to assist this lady in Corville, our number is 82 000
Yes.
42
Yes.
7990.
I know some people get it now.
All right.
So that is so good. Wonderful. Miss Minett.
Yes, sir.
You must eat the fat pig yesterday.
No, it would have been Sunday and I needed to sleep it off on Monday.
Fortis.
Anyway,
they did bust. Fortis.
Yes, sir.
I was busted because I went to church in the morning and the same clothes I had when we had church in the evening because I was all over the place doing some ministry. So
you were there.
Now, is him give us a day off? He's accepting.
It wasn't you, Pastor.
He's accepting responsibility.
You know, make I get out of this line, but the man talk already, so he talk twice. I don't think.
So you don't have to worry. Okay.
Nothing to worry about. Anyway, you know, things is looking up. I must thank Mr. Peter Bunting. I've been asking him to leave. I don't want to say take for yourself, but you can work behind the scene. And you know, I heard him echo the cry and him say he's not going back forever in politics.
He will not be seeking.
Mr. Bunting.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, sir.
Right.
That was one of my.
That was on your prayer list.
Yes, sir, and it happened.
Well,
thank you, sir.
You prayed.
All right?
Yeah.
Yeah. The day. Bless you. Bless you. Bless you.
Yeah, but remember, we just remind people that the round of conversation on constitutional reform begins this evening from the church perspective.
There's a noise on the line that I would love to get rid of. It sounds as if the line hasn't been. Good morning.
Good morning.
Hello.
Good morning.
Yeah.
You hear me good?
There's a lot of noise, but it sounds like wind. Are you outside? Are you outdoors?
The fan.
Oh, a fan.
We'll turn off the fan.
Yeah, the fan.
All right.
Yeah.
Go ahead, my dear lady.
Good morning to you all, my brothers and my sisters out there from the east to the west to the north and to the south of this wonderful, beautiful, lovely old garden. Yes, I love you all. Anywhere across the world, anything happen to you, remember, say from me here, I have you in my prayers. Yes. Yes, Miss Minett and Percival. How y'all doing?
We're well, Miss Elaine.
We're good.
Thank you for giving the love out to all your brothers and sisters.
Yes, man. All of them are my brothers and sisters.
Yeah,
when I hear
man.
my company radio and I say my brothers and sisters, it's like I feel me, my brothers. I'm not talk my mother brother, my mother pitney and my father pitney. Me talk my real original fathers, kids them.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, Mr. My friend come back.
Oh,
you
which
know?
one? No, which one is that?
Mr. Mantiki is back.
Oh, hold on. What have we missed?
Yes, the reshuffling of the cabinet has happened.
No.
Oh, yes. Oret Montague is back. Yes. Yeah, to join him online. Oh, no, I couldn't join him online, actually.
I'm so happy Friday because just from you gone from 10 o'clock every day.
Yes.
I'm going to you now. So you got 10 o'clock, because we used to listen to Jerry after.
Yes.
But from when I'm gone somewhere else, so I can't hear check-ins.
Yes. But no, I heard Monty on Friday. I couldn't get him. It's not streaming, it seemed like. I must ask. Because I had to go to the radio live.
I pray. I turn the station and hear him. I say, hold on a little bit. I have to call him, and it's like me give him all the first call.
Oh, okay. Well, bless you for showing him love. All right.
Yes, man.
So
I don't really have nothing to say that much, you know. I just call and I hear. I have a whole bunch of things to say, but it's like my brain's mix up now. I never know where to start.
Never mind. It's enough sometimes to just show
But
love.
listen now.
Yes.
Brother Knife. A knife from name?
Mm-hmm.
Kamala Knife?
Dr. Knife.
Dr. Knife?
Yes. Dr. Knife, but I really love to speak to you, sir, because I hear upon some things where when I understand, but I love to speak to you. I not lie. Some way, I leave my number, I'm on the phone how long I wait and nobody come back to me. When I want to talk to me, I have the year.
Dear Lord. Elaine, most days, especially as we have taken on, certainly I've taken on some increased responsibilities. When I leave here, I don't have time for the phone. That is the truth. And then when I get home, it's family time. So I don't get to do a lot of talking beyond the 4 hours. Sometimes the 4 hours are exhausting.
It is.
And I know Percy, we don't spend a lot of time outside of studio. Percy goes off to his other job. And I know you like to hear both of us, or I don't know how we would do it, but we got to figure a way out to give the relationship some extra love. Because not everything you can say on air.
Exactly.
Yes, I know how that is.
Because when I talk something per ear, and them take it and them run with it, and them they read it like, oh.
The right way.
The right way, like, we forget the people, them attention. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
What me got them start something still.
Okay.
Yeah, man.
All right, Mr. Lane.
All right, Mr. Lane. Thank you for calling us.
All right.
All right, then. Take care.
All righty. Bye.
Love you all, my brothers and sisters. All right. Bye.
Bye.
Yeah.
You were mentioning something that was written in the paper on Sunday, read the constitutional reform by
Mr. Robinson.
Yes.
Good morning and welcome.
Yeah, it's me again. I take revenge for yesterday.
For yesterday.
So my yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I need what's that guy name again? Fortis.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that talk about Bunting. He prayed for Bunting.
Yes.
Believe.
Yes, you were praying too.
I don't pray, but I'm gonna wish he don't leave.
Oh, I see. When
I
you say leave,
pray. I don't pray anymore.
All right, so wishing is not even on the table at this point. Peter Bunting has announced that he will not be seeking to contest Manchester Central for the PNP in the next general election. And right across from him is the picture of Donovan Mitchell, who believes he can return Manchester Central to the PNP. You're saying Bunting should stay and Mitchell should step back?
No, I'm not. Maybe he could go somewhere else, but I want to know if there's something about Bunting that I don't know that some people don't want him to stay in the party.
Well, can I tell you something about Bunting that you may not know?
Yes.
Bunting famously stood in Parliament and described my business as organized crime. He said to the government of the day, it was the JLP, you have granted a license to organized crime. Referring to myself, the producer, and Mr. Neil, who was associated with the company. That alone disqualifies him in my books from doing anything in my country.
Then that means you have to get rid of all of them, both JLP and PNP then.
No.
All of them are almost...
Not all of them call me organized criminal.
No, at that time...
Some of them may have treated
that about you.
He has never been in a position to talk that about me. When he did it, he did not speak truth.
So didn't you ask him confront him?
Where am I going to confront him in Parliament?
No,
well, let's put
call him and ask him why he did it.
My very existence is a confrontation of that point.
No, man, you need to have confrontation when people do wrong.
No, sir. Not the way you may be thinking of it. You have to address it, but you don't legitimize. So, like I repeated to you, so he knows that it was heard and remembered.
Yeah, but what I'm saying, he was wrong to do that if you weren't organized, belong to some organized crime thing. Just like, look, I heard things about this prime minister that he shouldn't even be in that house. I heard things about some MP that rape a little girl and do whatever with her dead body.
Whoa.
And from strong source. You know? Mm-hmm. So a lot of those politicians, you know, just do what they do and get away with it. If he did that against you, I don't know what kind of grudge he have against you. Why I say that? But he must have a grudge.
Not against me personally. I know that it was not against me personally. And so I'm not assessing it as someone who hurt me in a personal way. I assess it as someone in a position of power speaking on a matter that have far greater implications than just the narrow commercial perspective from which I assumed he was looking at it, and using that power in a way that to me was unreasonable and in excess of the authority that he has as a parliamentarian. That's how I look at it. So when
get paid to do that,
we don't know. I'm not going to speculate.
He must have.
Oh, I'm getting the signal. I'm being saved by the bell.
But you know, because you ask about
I've
what
been
in
saved
people's
by the
imagination. But it's 9:30.
It's 9:30. We can take the station break, Cruz.
All right then. Blessings.
Yeah.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
We're just a click away. www.bestfm.com. Streaming live on the internet.
Half a tree. 180, 200. Ready, mama? Ready. Is this the confusion you feel when trying to work your way through medical systems in Jamaica? Try a dose of Ask Dr. Mary every Thursday at 5 to 6 p.m. Let Dr. Mary help you understand your medical problems and bring you to a calmer place.
Vejan Printers for all your printing needs. We specialize in calendars, flyers, brochures, and more. Call us today at 968-7506. That's 968-7506. Or visit us at 4 East Bloomsbury Road, off Hagley Park Road. Vejan Printers, your best choice in printing.
For a better choice in all your electrical supplies, A, authorized 3M dealer and better brand names. B, better service including free island-wide delivery. C, all major credit and debit cards accepted. It's ABC Electrical Sales. Shop number 8, Hagley Park Plaza, Kingston 10. Open Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Saturday, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. We make your electrical jobs as easy as ABC. Call 754-382-528 or fax 754-3659. ABC Electrical Sales, for a better choice.
What should a taxi service do for you? On-time taxi service is more than just a ride to the other side of town. They offer clean and spacious vehicles, reliable service, and promise to always look out for their customers. They'll come when you call and take you where you want to go on time.
From anywhere at all. You can call us at 926-3866.
We are something special on the road.
The Morning Connection is not your usual talk show. We aim to stimulate discussion and chart new paths to self-empowerment. So please join us, Minett and Percy, on The Morning Connection, Mondays to Thursdays, 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. on Bess 100 FM.
It's good, it's better, but nothing beats.
Good morning, caller. Thank you for holding. Go ahead, please.
Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning, Rusty. How are you?
It's not Rusty.
Not Rusty. Okay.
I'm sound like Rusty.
The hello.
No, me here call me Rusty.
It's the hello, you know. It's just
hello.
the way you say hello.
Like how Rusty say hello. How you doing?
I'm doing great, you know.
Yes.
Yes, man. I great man in the wilderness, you know, watching and seeing what them are going and hear them attack, you know.
So you are the person who always give us the bees and the war story, correct?
Yeah, man.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah, man. Them call me pure rebel.
Pure rebel. All right.
Yeah.
Who calls you that? That's what they call you on the street or on the other radio stations?
No, man. The spirit.
Oh, you just have the spirit of a rebel.
Okay.
Yeah, spirit call me pure rebel, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But me not go with the name.
Oh, I was gonna ask you how you live up to the name.
Yeah. But what is now Miss Mate and Umbrella Percy?
Yes.
You see, you see the whole thing where, you know what, that's why I wonder really if people really deal with that, you know. I mean, that's why I say, them put that aside and thing, you know, because when them after them go so well, then why, they can marry to man. Mm-hmm. All of them man thing, all of them thing where the year say, if you find yourself in a them position there, it's supposed to change your ways, because those ways are sinful ways, dirty ways. You know, see, I mean, here's some man I say, why, them used to say pet, them used to murder, pedophile, and some man, some name when they used to call some people. And say all of those things are bad. And them hear them as well, then, homosexual, all right, and a man born that way, and a whole heap of thing, a whole heap of different tasks. So I say, well, then, God not fight against now. Because that's why I'm saying people turn from God, whole of Jamaica, because like them a defend that thing there. But man born that way, and if you feel say you're a woman, you're a woman, and whole heap, you know, the whole past two different tasks with the man make.
You know,
and then free for your bath, and one free for your bath, or baby, because just one thing in the pan. Why if she gets raped and a madman deal with her and all them things, and with that alone them attack out and promote the thing.
But I want to say something to you, because a lot of times that conversation is taking place and the context of it is not readily understood, and we start to make judgments on the little piece of it that we get. There's a big conversation about whether or not we can apply criminal sanctions to certain decisions that people make in their private lives. One is, a woman is pregnant, it is not convenient for her. She takes a private decision to go to a doctor and have a procedure done. Is that a criminal offense? Is that any more criminal than a woman decide that she don't like the size of her breasts, she goes to a doctor and she does a procedure which may actually end her life. Because many women have died now doing procedures to change the shape of their body.
Most
So-
because
Well, hold on. So you have that conversation going on about whether it should be criminal for you to take a private decision over your own body. Then you have another conversation going on about whether it should be criminal for a person who has behaviors that are different from yours to indulge in those behaviors. Why do you choose one over another if the behavior is confined to the person's own private life, or if it extends and it affects? Right. So
hold on a minute.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
No, man, go on at your time now.
Me that people them try to polish off like we don't know what we are saying.
Yes.
And I push where the government are deal with.
Yes.
You know see. So me I say the abortion and all of those things.
Mm-hmm.
And we learn that them about the baby killing when them started from the beginning. I go right through to the end, you know. And because the Satan I push it.
Mm-hmm.
Satan will be always pushing it
Yes.
to kill the firstborn.
Yes.
You know? And we you know when come to find God and know truth and right from bad and all them things there.
Mm-hmm.
I go follow the line there.
Yeah, but some of those things, when man decide to use the weight of the law to enforce something that God says, man has to choose. Yeah.
Just like the vaccine where we say we don't want a vaccine and them say we have to take it.
Well,
we say we don't want a vaccine and them say we have to take it.
Good.
We don't want this and them say we have to do this.
Right.
We say we want peace in the community. Them say we have to have.
Yeah, but understand now that the vaccine is a good example. Would you want the government to say that it is a criminal offense to refuse the vaccine? You decide that you wouldn't want them to say it's a criminal offense.
No.
Because you want the freedom to decide what goes into your body.
Yes.
Because it's your body.
Not you?
Yes. Well,
Yes,
that's the same argument that people use to say a woman making a decision about what happens to her body should not become the subject of law and criminal law in particular.
No.
So,
Yeah, but
so that's the
now,
argument.
What is now? A woman, I go say, why she not about her baby? And I want to force her to do it. Because it's not the law, you can do it.
But that's also wrong.
That's not about them change it to make her want say.
Yes.
You can do it. You can do it, man. After we know to do it. Somewhere we know to do it now.
You must have the moral consciousness to make those choices and be in obedience with what the will of God is for His people.
That is why I say, if a man, you see, it come that from no pass them law there, no. It come that people can thief, as in like, can feel like he want thief or he's a thief. He want murder, can feel like he want murder. And
Wow. I tell you something, Good morning, caller. Thank you for holding. Go ahead.
Pastor. They come the 11th of May.
Yes.
Vaccination is the vaccination is no more in the United States.
The United States, we know, it's no longer mandated.
So, Pastor, now that I know that it's not a freedom of speech anymore on this radio station, I don't think I will call back. No, listen.
No bother with that.
Everything. No, Miss Minett, this is serious.
That's why I said don't bother with it.
And if you want to know why, go and ask Norman Arn, who at the time was the secretary of the PMP. You don't know anything. It looked like
it was the treasurer. Horn was the treasurer.
Yeah, the treasurer. That's right. And when he asks two individuals for some money at the time,
Yes, sir.
And you know, the pastor, you know what them did say.
Yes, man. We recall.
And that man was one of them.
Yeah.
And then him come out and talk about the money when pay, the 11 million when pay for the light bill up at the arena. There's more.
But Fortis. But you know, as you have said, there's freedom of expression.
Yeah. So
please use yours.
So why? This is the third time I've seen trying to rebut me. I don't, Virgin. You're not my friend. I don't do even why you know my number. I don't want to know you.
All right.
And this pastor, finally, you see, I don't understand. Everybody come on the radio. We can talk where we want to talk.
Yes.
And Mr. Bunting is going to still be there. You come on your birthday and you get a whopping, and you come back, and you come back to the Senate. I just, all right, me and you, Sister Minett, and me and you run against your opposition.
Yes.
And when you run against me go congratulate you. After the individual beat a certain person from film side, you know.
Mm-hmm.
That same man go congratulate the person who beat the people from film side. Him don't know nothing, man. The half has never been told.
We understand.
I state my claim. I finish.
All right, sir. Drop mic.
All right, my brother. You know, we have another caller. Good morning.
Good morning.
Ask a question, say, me don't know much about Bunting. That's why I call her up.
All right, okay.
Oh, all right.
That's
well,
why
then,
I call her up. I don't know.
Well, that's a very useful clarification you have offered.
Give me a chance. Fortis always a calling and rebut people we talk with him do. And every time him come in and I talk, what him do?
Hello.
Smart.
I will not have my callers feuding.
Yes. So
anyway, Miss Minett,
all right.
Yes, my brother.
Minett,
Yes.
I send my mother picture and
you did?
Okay, we'll see it then.
So are you saying you look like your mother?
She's African. She's 1,000% African.
So you look like do you look like your mother?
That's why they war in me like
I
my
want
mother.
to know if you look like your mother.
You're maroon?
You look like your mom?
My mom was a maroon.
Okay.
Do you look like your mother?
Almost. I'm a mixture between my dad and my mom.
So what's your dad's heritage?
Born with a long teeth in her head as a baby.
Yes. So
yes.
What?
And my mom was spiritual.
Yes.
Her father was a Pokemon. We raised the dead and used to heal people.
Okay.
So if blood in me African. Have a nice day.
May I see that picture that Cruz sent?
No, but
he sent it on the WhatsApp.
But I was saying, my friend who says he's the rebel, and I call him Wassan.
First, I want to reserve a few minutes to just pay homage to Antoinette Horton. So, are the lines closed now? Are we done?
Yeah.
Okay. Tell me about your rebel, and then we will.
No, he raised a very
pay our
important.
respects.
He made a very important point in regards to the confusion. And what is happening, and he says, but even though they knew God as the Creator, they did not honor Him. They did not honor Him.
Back to how we
as
started.
God, or give thanks for His wondrous creation. On the contrary, they became
I love that
worthless.
scripture. That's Romans
1:21. In their thinking, godless with pointless reasoning and silly speculations, and their foolish heart was darkened. Claiming to be wise, they became foolish, and exchanged the glory and majesty and excellence of the immortal God for an image in the shape of mortal man and birds and four-footed animals and reptiles.
So that goes into idolatry.
Yes.
Can we start our program with that tomorrow morning?
Therefore, God gave them over in the lust of their hearts and He points it out. It's interesting.
I would love to start with that tomorrow if you don't mind, sir.
They did not honor
this, yeah, because I know that when we as a people return to the principle of honor, we are going to find a little that it will get easier.
Yeah.
It will get easier. Research unit say, these men love to trace like that.
Yes. We wonder why them do that for. We have to stop them, We don't exchange your point.
Yeah.
Your counter, leave it
Oh
alone.
my goodness. And Taki says yesterday was Ernie Smith's Earth Strong. Of course, we weren't here yesterday.
Yeah, but
we are requesting music for him from him today. You hear, engineer?
Ernest Smith. The glory.
Yes.
But them fighting God's kingdom burn in vain. Word of his son.
All right.
Antoinette.
Antoinette. So Antoinette Horton Cardenas has died.
Yes.
And it was reported in the paper, and the whole history of her time as lawyer, media personality, would-be politician, activist, was recited in the article which announced her death. And it struck me that, like many others, her journey had some significant milestones that I just want to highlight, and just those who hear and who know somebody like that, or who themselves are in that situation, to just learn from her experience, even as we honor her in her passing. She was a strident voice. For 10 years, she was a radio personality. And even I see Marsha Blagrove on the line this morning, and I remember Marsha telling me her story, how impacted she was by what Antoinette was doing, and she sought to meet her, and so on and so forth. I was saddened by the report, how her passing was reported. I mean, she died. I knew her. She was senior to me, and we have some things in similarity that struck me. But what I noticed, Percival, was the way that, I would say, the enemy, for want of a better word, let's just say the enemy, the way that persons who carry the promise and the potential to be a real blessing to this nation, to bring about change in this nation, the way they are, the way they're treated, let me put it that way, and the experiences that they go through. She left Jamaica under a big cloud. She had been arrested and charged, and it would seem to me that she came to a decision that it was better for her to remove herself from the environment than to stay and fight it. And we see many people who stay, fight it with mixed results, and sometimes they never get back on to purpose. Of course, right now, I just celebrate the fact that with all the things that have happened in my own life, it just drew me deeper and deeper into my own purpose and brought me into doing the things that I want to do. And I feel just sadness that she formed a political party, and she did put herself forward, didn't do well, but the fact that she did it, someone else can look at it and say, I can follow in that. It is possible to do this. And I believe that she made her mark, however one might want to evaluate it. She showed that you could transition from one thing to another thing. You can have an impact just through your voice on air. So persons who say, oh, you talk so much and it's only talking, it matters. It matters that you say with clarity and with power the ideas that you have. So rest in peace. I said, for those who mourn her, there may be others who still, those who need to forgive her and let her go, because I know that there were some things, and we've talked about the healing of the nation and the injury to the heart of the nation. When certain things happen, you gotta let it go and heal and see her for the light that she was, and for the clarity and the encouragement that she brought to so many who only heard her on air.
You made a very important point. Tomorrow is International Press Freedom Day. We have been created as word beings. We speak. And we need to understand that. That is why you find when debates are happening, they try to silence one side, and only one side get to be heard. But the truth is, the truth need to be spoken, that is out there and out of. He formed the world by the spoken word.
The declarative word of God is the source of creation, and we still have that. I mean, Marsha here is saying that oppression, not everybody has the backbone to withstand it. And she chose to leave. I chose to stay.
Some of us are not going anywhere.
All right, so on that note, this is where we begin the thank yous because we're going to honor Ernie Smith. Is this the Duppy or Gunman? Which song you're asking
that's Pluto
for?
Sherrington.
Oh, really?
The one that by
Which
Jackie
is the Ram
Dunbar.
Goat? So who did the Ram Goat liver? Good for make manish water. That's the one I know. I always credit Ernie Smith. Is it Ernie Smith? Oh. Duppy and Gunman? Who is that? That's Ernie Smith? Then, Percy had give me wrong name.
Pluto Sherrington?
So we got them mixed up. They're very close, says the DJ in the producer, who probably used to mix them.
Yes,
in his club running days.
His club, and him have him sound.
Yeah.
What's the name again?
What name again?
What's your sound, the name again, brother man?
Not
to be uttered is the name of the sound. I remember
right.
Black Star, brother.
No man, it had the name. There was a perfume that had the same name. I remember that. Yeah. All right. We bless you for staying with us today. We're going to continue the journey tomorrow morning. Thank you to those on air and online and in the studio, Mr. Engineer and Mr. Producer, both of them dressed in red. Whatever that means, we shall find out later. Me and Percy, not so coordinated, but have a great day, everyone.
Hey amigos, big up Bess man, see? Yeah man, it's the great Mexican saying, play good music, I say good music, run that!
And as we fight one another for the power and the glory, the kingdom goes to waste. We the people want to know just where we're going. Right now we are tied behind the back, while certain people keep on butting. Where do we stand? We have too far to go, not to really know just how we get in there. And if we're getting anywhere, we have too much to change, not to know a possibility and changeability. Violence and crime is commonplace in these said times. No man walk free. Prophecy come closer to fulfillment in these dread times. Why should this be? And as we fight one another for the power and the glory, your kingdom goes to waste, and every drop of blood we tears. I feel we won this grace, yeah. I feel we won this grace. Can't build no foundation on a if and but. Are we building a nation, or are we building a hut? And every time you are for some old friend, you hear said just last night, we meet a sad end. And if you talk too loud, and if you walk too proud, watch where you lay your head. For all that dread, well dread, can't build no dreams on a fuss and fight. We don't care who I do it, just say that's not right. And as we fight one another for the power and the glory, your kingdom goes to waste, and every drop of blood we tears. I feel we own this grace, yeah. I feel we own this grace. I and I man forward on a different scene. I and I man cali weed. I and I man queen. Everything was irie. Getting in the groove. I just come down to movement when someone said, don't move. Well, it must be a dopey or a gunman. I might not find out yet. I and I so frightened. All the data name I forget. Well, it must be a dopey or a gunman. I never stopped to sleep. For he was a boy to I man last night. Him couldn't follow, him couldn't follow, him couldn't follow me. Next day the daughter asked me, what happened to you last night? Just when you're ready to work your show, you get stage fright. It was a dread from across the gully. Just passing through. Decide to run a little joke. It wouldn't trouble you. Well, it must be a dopey or a gunman. I might not find out yet. I and I so frightened all the dark.